7.
We're live.
We're on.
All right, we're going on. And a very good evening from Petaluma High School. I'm Griffin Epstein.
And I'm Justin Plumtree.
And we are here live for Petaluma versus Vintage Varsity Wrestling, and this one could decide the Vine Valley Athletic League title, Justin.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the league, but first match, but definitely two favorites.
A lot of excitement, two powerhouses. You saw the intro. We are in the gym here tonight. The band has a concert in the multi, so they moved this one last minute into the Petaluma High School gym. Means an even bigger stage, bigger audience for two elite wrestling squads. A lot of energy, as you saw, with the introduction for the very large wrestling team. They've got a huge team this year, Justin. The numbers are fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, I was on the wrestling team the last 2 years, and it definitely wasn't nothing near this. I mean, it's amazing. They really got to cram a lot in that room because they practice in the multi. It's pretty amazing that they have so many. And actually, this is the first time they've wrestled in the gym since league championships 2 years ago. So
yeah, it's not in here much.
When the seniors were freshmen, that's when the last time wrestling was in here. So I think this is a little surreal moment for them, I would think. Going back to the freshman year, and then this is their last year, back-to-back champs, hoping to start strong.
Yeah, back-to-back Sonoma County League champions. They've really developed into a league powerhouse, really cruising to SCL, an SCL title last year. Weren't even challenged. And this year, now moving into the Vine Valley Athletic League title, it's going to be much more of a challenge. The Vintage Crushers came in second in the Monticello Empire League last year. They have got some elite wrestlers on their team, including a couple state-ranked wrestlers, along with Casa Grande, who's also going for the league title. Those look like the three favorites. Petaluma has to love playing in this new league where they're facing so many great teams.
Yeah, for sure. One amazing thing about the team that we have is the seniors. This class has really carried the team. Not carried, but they've really been a huge part the last 3-4 years. It's quite amazing just the leadership they have with Derek Pomey and Connor Patterson, just to name a few. It's quite amazing just what this class has done for Petaluma High School Wrestling.
Yeah, this class started 2 years ago with the first SCL title in 13 years at Petaluma High School, and the majority of that varsity team was what was then the sophomore class. It is now the senior class, and they're kind of hoping the coronation of all their work and how they've really built up this program, which was pretty small before they came in, with a VVAL League Championship that would mean so much, and that starts tonight.
Yeah, and you can look at the banners up on the wall in the multi, but if you look at the numbers compared to last year to this year, it's really it's to the seniors because they've done so well. Absolutely. They've shown so many people at the school, like, hey, we got this. We're good at this. Like, come out and join us. I definitely will be going back with wrestling next year. Definitely miss it. So definitely going to be weird without the seniors next year, but it's pretty crazy.
It will be hard, but right now everyone is focused on this, and they're certainly building up those young wrestlers, and so many more people have been coming out to the team. They have 80 people on the team this year. That's unheard of. I'm pretty sure it's the largest in VVAL, and a school like Vintage is a D1 school. They're much larger than Petaluma High. They have about 2,000 students at the school in West Napa.
Yeah, but just looking at the numbers, it's crazy. Just the people on the mat right now compared to
Yeah,
who
Petaluma
Vintage has.
easily outnumbering Vintage. We will get to see some of the JV matches with the younger ones first, and then we're going to get the varsity matches, which could go a long way towards deciding the VVAL title. You mentioned Connor Patterson. He's the Petaluma's top wrestler, and an interesting story, he will face Tucker Landhow, and it will be the third time that they faced off this year, and they split the first two matches.
Yeah.
Both are likely going to go to state. Landhow is ranked statewide in the top 50. Pedersen is probably going to be up there soon if he's not already, as we are getting the lineups ready for JV before we see varsity. So that's going to be maybe the top matchup of the day, but almost all the matchups have wrestlers that should go deep into NCS and many that are going for a state bid. Pedersen missed off on a state bid last year by 1 spot, and now the Trojans are open maybe with Colton Prieto. A couple other wrestlers could be in the mix, all to make it to state, those seniors that you talked about.
Yeah, Connor was so close. It was 1 second, really. 1 second, he was so close. He really got to him. I think he came into this year really motivated, and it's going to be quite amazing, I think, to watch him this year. He's already a great wrestler, but I think we're going to see a big improvement, just the motivation he's going to have to get to state. So definitely it's going to be a great match, especially his.
Yeah, and Vintage has a new head coach in Maka Wantabi, but they have really built up their program over the last couple years. Napa was the primary wrestling team in the Napa Valley for many years. It was just 2 years ago for the first time Vintage won the King of the Napa Valley tournament, where all 5 teams in the Napa Valley, American Canyon, Napa, Vintage, Justin Siena, and St. Helena go after it. Vintage has won that the last 2 years. We mentioned Landhow, but they have a couple other wrestlers that were tops in the Napa Valley, were near the top in the very good Monticello Empire League, and many that even placed at the San Joaquin section championships, probably even better than NCS for wrestling. So they are elite top to bottom. Really, both teams are very strong. Petaluma a little bit more experienced, but these are 2 of the favorites going at the very first league VVAL match of the season. You're also seeing history tonight. First wrestling match in the Vine Valley Athletic League. It's a dual match between Vintage High School and Petaluma High School here live at the Petaluma High School gym. JV players are getting their final warm-ups in. We will see the JV boys going first. How many JV boys matches?
We got...
That's varsity, I think. Yeah.
I don't think
we don't have the Vintage players on yet.
1, 2...
Or those forfeits. I think those are forfeits.
4,
we got
5. I think we
5
got 5
matches?
I believe so.
5 JV matches.
Not confirmed. Might be
and
fake
then I know
news,
we'll see varsity girls. Both these teams have 2 varsity girls teams. Vintage is one of the top varsity girls squads in the whole Bay Area, but Petaluma's last year's girls team finished 8th at NCS. Obviously, Cindy Diaz and Sully Calderon graduate, but with Brooklyn Shattuck leading this younger group of girls, they're really talented too, and we should see a bunch of them at state this year.
Yeah, this is actually the first year they've had an official girls team.
Yeah.
Petaluma, Coach Butch has really done a great job with coaching the girls the past few years. I see him with the girls. He does a great job with them, and definitely big numbers with the girls. So it's cool to see not only a lot of guys coming up, but a lot of girls. It's really cool to have an official girls team.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams have full girls teams, so we'll get full varsity girls matches and then the full varsity boys matches, and both will count together in the score to who wins this match today, and in the long run to who puts a VVAL banner up in the gym. Mentioned Brooklyn Shattuck. She last year went to the CAIF Wrestling Finals as a freshman, where she was 1-2 after she placed 3rd in her weight class at NCS. The Trojans have a lot of other younger wrestlers, a couple freshmen on this team. Amelia Greven has already taken 1st place as a freshman at a couple of matchups for the girls. Logan Pomey and Carla Maldonado Cherise also took 1st place at the Vallejo High tournament. But Vintage counters with some top girls on the own, including Lelani Frazier. She finished 1st at the Vallejo Invite a couple weeks ago.
You mentioned Brooklyn last year placing what?
She placed 3rd in NCS and went to state, was 1-2 at state as a freshman.
Yeah. As an 8th grader, she went to state 2 for 8th grade, and she won.
She won.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
state
she's
champion
really
in 8th grade.
She has an older brother, Max Shattuck, who's a
Varsity
team
Boys
captain
tonight.
for varsity boys, and so I think that's really helped her. He's a great brother, great teammate. I think he's really helped her, and Brooklyn's just done amazing. She's my wrestling partner in 7th grade, actually.
Oh, wow.
And just her improvement until now,
Talented.
It's quite amazing how
She
fast
could definitely go to college for wrestling.
For
There's
sure.
no doubt about it. She is that good. Should be a good one here tonight. A lot of pressure, a lot of nerves. First league match of the season on its own would be big, but talking to a lot of the wrestlers, they think Vintage, more than Casa Grande, is their top competition for who's going to win a VVAL title. With all that pressure, playing in the gym, we're still in December now, a lot earlier for league matches than normal. Last SCL, it would start in January, but everything moved up. How are they going to deal with the pressure and nerves in these massive varsity matches?
Well, I think really just experience. We've talked about how many senior leaders there are on this team, and I really think that they'll be ready. There's quite a few freshmen on the team, and I really feel like just the experience from past years is going to get them ready. I don't think they're going to come out soft. They're not going to come out rusty or anything.
Yeah.
We have great coaches, and I really feel like we're going to be prepared and we're going to be ready for tonight, even though it's early, but I feel like we're going to be prepared for sure.
Head coach Paul Schlosser, the head coach of the varsity wrestling team. You mentioned Coach Butts, who's the head coach of the varsity girls, and a lot of assistants have been building up this program. They've worked really hard to get this program there. As much as we talked about the seniors, they have to give huge credit to the coaches and the culture that they've built.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great other coaches, assistant coaches. So it's a great room when they're practicing. They really get stuff done. Great atmosphere, great coaches, always helping. Everyone knows what you're doing. It's pretty great being there, and yeah.
So JV matches we have right here. We'll be seeing Nathan Turner, Lucas Betancourt, Jacob Betancourt, his brother David Pacheco, Josh Bias. Those are the 5 Petaluma wrestlers that you'll be seeing for the JV boys. Those are coming up in just a couple minutes. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Feel free to leave any comments in the live chat for me or Justin, or any questions, and we'll try to get to those. You can like this video. You can check out all of our other sports videos, including we got some basketball live streams coming up Friday and Saturday, and we'll also be back here for what could also decide the VVAL title when Petaluma plays Casa Grande at the end of January, and that will also be in the gym. Just a huge demand of fans that are going to be here.
Yeah, really hope there's a big turnout. It's pretty special wrestling Casa. Last year we wrestled at their place very early in the year. I believe it was our first match actually.
Yeah.
And
I believe.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But it's cool because you know them. People are related to players there.
Absolutely.
We have friends that are there. It's cool wrestling them because you know what you're getting into. You know the people. It's a different feeling. But that match and this match are definitely the top 2 right now that we're looking at. But you got every match counts. But right now you gotta look right now.
And it was interesting with Casa Grande's head coach was interviewed by the Argus Courier, and he was totally genuine. He said, we believe Petaluma's our biggest competitor. We believe at that match that's going to come down to the VVAL title, and how we perform at that match is going to decide it. I think they're throwing Vintage under the rug. We're going to see how good this team is in the Crushers. But Casa Grande believes that's the most important match. It was very, very close when they wrestled 2 different times last year at the scrimmage, and then at a dual tournament in Healdsburg. Petaluma won on technicals. It was basically tied.
Yeah.
So the teams look pretty even. Petaluma with a little bit more experience, but we expect a really great match, and the environment should be a classic for that, just because Petaluma and Casa haven't been in the same league for 4 years, so the matches haven't mattered as much. But the last match of the season could decide the Vine Valley Athletic League title, depending on what happens here tonight and when Casa Grande plays Vintage. But that will be a huge one. Petaluma needs to perform here tonight, though, if they want to make that one as important.
Yeah, definitely going to be special being at home, as you mentioned, especially for the seniors. A lot of them are football players, so one of their last football games was against Casa at home, so hopefully they take advantage of this.
Could be a little bit of a revenge aspect in that
that
one,
is definitely for sure.
It has been a rough year for Petaluma against Casa Grande so far in sports. Petaluma's law is 0-4 against Casa Grande. in all sports. The only one that officially goes down as a win is in girls golf, but Casa Grande didn't have a full team. So Petaluma really does not have a win so far against
win.
Casa Grande. You can count that one.
It was a win.
Casa doesn't have a full team. They're practicing with Petaluma. Okay, 1-4.
It's a win.
We'll give it
a start.
We'll give it to us. So wrestling certainly could be a big opportunity. Maybe Petaluma's most talented team. Back-to-back SCL championships outright. They are the only team to do that in the last 2 years. The winning back-to-back outright. A couple teams, golf, tennis, winning but none winning back-to-back outright. Varsity boys are now warming up out on the center mat here in this packed gym. We'll see them in just a moment. We have a fellow Justin tuning in. Justin Langwell is tuning in the live stream.
Got 4 people.
I see the varsity boys meeting at the middle. Just a couple minutes from watching the JV boys get the evening started. There are not a lot of stands to be had here tonight at the Petaluma High School gym. And it's a lot bigger than the multi, a lot bigger lights. Multi is a much smaller, intimate atmosphere.
Yeah.
Probably a little louder there because of it. But a lot more fans have come out for tonight's game, including a fair amount of vintage fans. They are proud of their wrestling.
I also might feel a little more comfortable in here because in the multi, the chairs are right up to the mat.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit more space will help.
I love this new mat, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Gorgeous new mat.
Yeah, purple with the Petaluma on the side.
Some more fundraising.
Yeah, awesome. I just want to point that out. But anyways, the chairs of the people are right up on the mat, so right up next to the circle, too. So it can be a little scary, a little nerve-wracking. Might be on the back of your mind, right. So take that out.
More space here.
Yeah.
Petaluma will have 3 home matches. The second one will be in the multi. They'll face Napa here at home. They don't have another league match until January, but they are just coming off a couple weekend tournaments, including at the Bill Martell tournament, and we mentioned Connor Patterson. He took first place there. Not only did he knock off the vintage wrestler in Tucker Landhow that we talked about, but then he beat a even more talented wrestler, at least ranking-wise, in Casey Cox of San Ramon Valley High School, who's ranked in the top 20 in the state, and he destroyed him 8-2 in the championship match. He won first place at that elite Bill Martell tournament at Northgate High over the weekend, so he's coming in with a lot of momentum. Yeah,
like I said, I think he came into this year motivated, and now he has this momentum. He's going to keep going. I believe in him. His whole team believes in him. He's special, and he's going to take full action on that, so I'm excited to see him tonight.
And he has to be especially motivated after he was so close to going to state.
The second.
It came down to overtime, couple last moves, and obviously now he wants to take the next step and make it. And that starts with every match because your seeding in NCS is decided by these key matches when he's facing top wrestlers like Tucker Landhow.
For sure. And now that him and Tucker know each other pretty well, as you said, they've wrestled 2 times before.
Right.
They know each other. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to watch of how they adapt. After you wrestle someone, you know them. You know their strategies, what they're going to do for the most part. So it'll be interesting as seeing who can stop the other person more.
Yeah. That one should be a good one. Girls, some top girls matches. Brooklyn Shattuck, excited to see her wrestle at the varsity level. Justin mentioned, first time that Petaluma's had a full varsity girls team. Just put in the finishing touches. Players have finished warming up, getting into their silhouettes. JV boys will go first, followed by, I think there'll be probably no JV girls matches, just some JV boys matches, and then varsity girls, and then varsity boys. That's the agenda for tonight here live from the Petaluma High School gym. Vintage performed in a bunch of the similar tournaments to Petaluma. Was also at the Bear Martell Invitational over the weekend. Donahoe placing 3rd there. They had a couple other outstanding performances there. Antonio Macedo, who's in the 170-pound weight class, placed 3rd at the Northgate Bill Martell Invitational. Reese Imrie was only a sophomore, won King of the Valley last year. He's another top boy wrestler along with Conrad Fix at 285 up at the heavyweight position for Vintage. We're just waiting to get started here. Don't know what the
Yeah.
delay is, but
The ref
hopefully-
is checking it to make sure everyone's fingernails are cut. No one's got any scratches on them. Nothing. No diseases like ringworm or nothing. So it's just
Don't
got
want
'em-
that.
No.
No.
If there's any sign of it, there you stop them right away. We had a few kids last year that even they had a little. It wasn't even ringworm, but it could have been ringworm. The
Yeah,
little
check it
small
out, yeah.
chance they say no. That's a big thing in wrestling. It's like if there's even a chance of it, they're not going to take the chance. You're not allowed in the room. They're going to send you out, and it can be tough if you get a mat burn or something, and it might look like ringworm, but it's for the better. You know, you can't spread that stuff. Once it gets in a room, it doesn't leave.
Very fair, yeah.
So they really be safe with that. So they're just checking it again. They checked it earlier when they did weights, but right now making sure fingernails, everyone's got their headgear, their singlets okay, all that stuff.
So that is the reason for the temporary delay. Just a final check of wrestlers by the head referee here tonight for this Vine Valley Athletic League match. There are 2 other Vine Valley Athletic League dual meets going on across the Vine Valley. Casa Grande is at Napa. Sonoma Valley is at American Canyon. We mentioned Vintage and Casa Grande probably being the other top competitors, but this is very different than SCL, where you had maybe Sonoma being the only other one that could even potentially compete with Petaluma. I think every team in this league, with maybe the exception of Justin Siena, is a very strong wrestling program that is going to have at least a handful of wrestlers that can compete with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And with Sonoma, you can never count them out. It's pretty much a rivalry. Always motivated when we play Sonoma in every sport. So you can never count those out. You can never really count anyone out. You always have mess ups, but it's a great team sport. If one person messes up, the rest of the guys can pick them up with scoring points for themselves. So it's great. It's great team sport.
And the individual contributes to the team unique, and then of course at NCS and at state it becomes a little bit more about the individual, but here it really is about all the team, and you'll see the team sitting together. They've already been here for a long time, spending time with each other, getting ready to go. The referee looks like he has finished his check, so we are almost ready to start. Hang right with us. We are almost ready to go here from the Petaluma High School gym. A late start on this Wednesday night of finals. Continue to tune in all season long for more winter sports coverage. We've got the boys basketball team Friday and Saturday night, back-to-back live streams, 7 p.m. They're going to open VVAL play Friday night against Justin Siena.
Are they?
Yeah.
Should be a good game.
You come out to the basketball games, Justin? I don't feel like I've seen you at them.
Yeah, I was at the St. Vincent's game.
You were at the St. Vincent's game.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. I have a lot of friends that go to St. Vincent's.
All right. You were at the one game that was a automatic W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave them all a hard time. I have a cousin on St. Vincent's. I have a few friends, like I said. So it's nice. I had to be there. I brought my Bible, waved it at them, you know.
It's always a good
Great
one.
Catholic school. Got to them. It seemed like God was on our side, not theirs, so that was pretty good.
Know.
But no, that was a good game. I try to make games. I think I was at one other game. I forget, though.
Couple others, yeah. Well, they'll have back-to-back games, Justin Siena on Friday, and then they take on Novato on Saturday. Both are 7 p.m., and both will be live streamed. And then the first week in January, we're going to have 3 straight live streams in a row, starting with girls basketball. They open VVAL play against Vintage, and then continues over the course of the evening, or the week, excuse me. Boys basketball on the 4th and girls on the 5th. All live streams start at 7 p.m., so you don't want to miss that. JV captains are meeting at the middle, discuss final overseeings and rules, regulations. The ref has taken off his jacket, proceeding over the scores table. After a long wait, we look like we were finally just about ready to go. Petaluma mentioned their numbers, and because of their large numbers, they're pretty much automatically gonna win JV just because there are so many forfeits. Petaluma filling nearly every weight class with wrestlers, with 80 people on the team. It is the largest team now here at Petaluma. They surpassed the track team for just largest in pure numbers, which is remarkable. You find it at a lot of other schools. I know I remember seeing Hanni last year, similar size to Petaluma. They have 10 people on the wrestling team.
Yeah, wrestling's definitely not a sport for everyone,
No.
and I really think that, like we mentioned before, the senior, how they've done the last 2 years really bring people out. They want to be part of this, something special. They want to be part of championship teams. No one likes to lose, so once a program goes in the wrong direction, some people are just going to steer away from it, you know. It won't be as fun, but like our wrestling team is so much fun. It's a very close-knit team. It's a great program, great coaches, especially Coach Slosher. He's being on camp. He's a great teacher. People hang out in his rooms all the time. He's a great guy. And then we also got Coach Butts. We have Coach Eddie, who helps out with the heavyweights. He helps out with everyone, but he's a really cool guy. He's been here last year, was his first year, and then he's an official coach this year. And then we got Coach Trave, who is very helpful too.
So we are ready to go here. Vintage is going to have a forfeit. Not sure the weight class there, but Vintage will get a forfeit. And JV will be finally ready to go here for JV wrestling. We're starting at... We're starting at the bottom, aren't we?
I believe 95s.
Oh, this is 113 though. Well, they're just going through forfeits here. So Vintage got the forfeit at 106. Petaluma will get the forfeit at 113. That's Dylan Baltasar, a freshman. Colin Ferrero is going to get the forfeit at 120 for JV, as you get a lot of these young wrestlers for Petaluma.
Colin wrestled with him in junior high, so this is, I believe, his 4th year in the Petaluma.
Sophomore?
Yeah, he's a sophomore. So
yeah, and Ferrero has actually wrestled on varsity at a couple tournaments, so he's going to be a talented wrestler. Will definitely be on varsity next year. It's hard to get all these opportunities when you have such a big team, and most other teams don't have it. You're kind of resigned to the tournaments over the weekend.
Yeah,
and having to go to that because these league matches, the other teams don't have as much.
Yeah, for sure. But with
Zach Engler at 126.
Big team is very helpful, especially in the practice room, because you have so many different people, so many different types of wrestling. You can really practice against a lot of people.
Riddick James at 132, and that finally concludes the forfeit. We've got mano a mano. We've actually got 2 wrestlers wrestling against each other. Took almost 30 minutes here, but we promised we'd get to it, and we have. We'll start at 136. Nathan Turner and Tyler Guzman. Turner, a senior, he had never wrestled before this year, but he has performed very, very well so far this year, including first place, undefeated at the JV Boys opening tournament in Vallejo.
Both trying to get head control off the start. Looking for a shoot. Vintage goes over the top. Needs to get around to get points, though.
Turner trying to get to his legs, but a nice job by Guzman to get on top, and then the reversal by Turner. Exceptional strength by Nathan Turner.
It's escape.
Guzman will get 1 for the escape, so 2-1 to Turner. You can see the scoreboard in the kind of foreground.
Turner's really trying to get control of that leg.
Yeah, he's definitely being aggressive here early. He's not afraid, is he?
No, for sure. Definitely not.
Nice
Great job at taking that hand away.
Turner staying in the offensive here. Now he's going to try to get away and reset, but Guzman's got his legs. That could be dangerous.
I don't know why they stopped right there, but they thought it was going to stop. New rule.
4-3 is the score as we approach the end of the first here. 10 seconds remaining. Turner back in the offensive position. 5 seconds left here.
Oh, that's on the back.
And now to get him a pin, is he going to beat the buzzer?
He will not.
He is not going to beat the buzzer.
So Turner
Shoot.
kind of got saved by the bell right there, it seemed like.
That's
But
a save by the buzzer. Well, it's a nice job by Turner getting really aggressive, but do you think he got tired? What happened at the end of that?
I don't really
that
know.
first
I
set
think
there?
he did a good job escaping that first time and got that reverse and got back on top. But then after that, seems like the Vintage guy is doing a little more aggressive, and he's kind of been in control. But hopefully Nathan can turn it around right here. He started on top.
So Turner trails 5-4 here at the start of the second.
Tries to get the ankle. Vintage escapes. It's a point for them.
Guzman doing a nice job settling
A lot
down.
of wrist control going on right now.
Turner more known for his.
Turner going for the legs. Couldn't get there though.
Turner's been on the cross-country team and track team the last 3 years, so he's plenty of endurance. He also, his parents own CrossFits in town, so plenty of strength as well. And that's translated to some of his success in wrestling. Guzman's got him in the arm lock around the head.
Oh, he's going for the cradle. He's going for the cradle.
Turner cradle at Guzman, and
He
there's
just needs to
2
get that.
points for the takedown.
Oh, he's going for the cradle. He just needs to put his head in the
5
ribs.
6 here with 30
Put
seconds
your head in the
left.
ribs. Come on.
He turns Guzman around. He's got Guzman
Let's go.
in the pin.
Yes.
And Turner
Yes.
has
He's right there. Oh, he let go of the.
Close. Excellent
He's
job
got
by
the. He's
Guzman
still
to
got
get
the head
away.
though. There we
he's
go.
got him.
Atta boy. Great job of fighting through. He got back in control and went for that cradle. Got that leg. He's had that leg all day. The whole match he was going for that leg, and he finally got it, and then he got his arm around that neck, and he connected, and there's no stopping him there.
An excellent fight by Nathan Turner. It had its ups and downs, but he was a stronger and more skilled man, even though he's only been wrestling for about 2 months. Very impressive by the senior. So he gets the pin.
Let's go, baby, bet.
We'll see Lucas Betancourt next. And I said I didn't think it'd be as loud in here. It is much louder than it is in the multi. It's so echoey, I can barely hear myself.
Yeah.
Very, very loud. And these are just JV matches, so imagine the energy we're going to get once we get to varsity.
Lucas Betancourt, he's a great wrestler.
Absolutely.
I really think he's going to be special next 3 years he has here as he is a sophomore. He's definitely going to be a big part of the next wave of wrestlers.
He's taking on Parker Hurst here at the 145.
You can see he's a very aggressive wrestler. He's very strong. Goes for a double leg takedown.
There he goes.
Quick takedown, gets behind him.
Yeah,
Trying to roll him, but
Betancourt has to be one of the most talented sophomore wrestlers, and he's a great leader, too. A lot of the seniors say they could see him as a future captain.
I really believe it.
You can see his aggressive style, too. And Hurst has already quickly been put on the defense here, trailing 2-0. Betancourt took first at the
Trying to break him
JV
down.
Boys Vallejo tournament a couple weekends ago.
Breaks him down. Then there's the cradle. He hops the other side and roll over.
That's how Turner got the pin the last match. Hurst showing some nice strength to hold on here. Hurst has got to survive, though, for 30 seconds. He only trails 2-0.
He might have to pull him in a little bit. Might go tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. There we go.
Now he's got
And that's
Hurst
a cradle.
in the pin position.
It's going to be hard to get out of. He just needs to get in the right position. Up.
Nice
Turns
job
out.
by Hurst to get away.
Chop down that arm.
But it's 5-0 Betancourt. 10 seconds
Going for the
left here
arm
in
bar.
first.
Need a drive. There we go. He's back on his back. Great job by the Vintage wrestler staying off. He got on his back, but he fought to get off. He wasn't going to get pinned on that round, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was just a defensive position for Hurst, but it takes a lot of strength. It's hard to be when you know you're being dominated like that. But you got more points if you're not pinned, so you just got to battle, don't you?
That's for sure. And as you could see with Nathan, he was behind. He was on the bottom, but he kept fighting, and he ended up pinning his man.
You never know what might happen if you keep on fighting.
That's for sure.
Hurst taking the top here. Betancourt trying to get away, and he will.
That's a point for Petaluma.
Escape point.
And there's 2 points for the takedown.
Betancourt quickly back into the offense. And that's 6 minutes of pain and torture. You're the one that has to play the defensive position. See Betancourt so athletic and agile.
Gets him back on
now
his
he's
back.
got Hurst in the pan. Hurst just turning to get away.
There we go. Ooh. Needs to tighten it up just a little bit, but he's on his back. He's close.
It's been a nice job by Hurst, as you mentioned.
And there we go. Great job by Baby Bet.
Yeah, Betancourt just too much there for a younger wrestler. Betancourt would be on the varsity team on almost every wrestling squad, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's for sure. Super strong. See him in the weight room. He's very big, huge arms, very strong guy. Powerful.
So from
Hey,
one
attaboy,
Betancourt to the other.
The older one.
Lucas Betancourt, the sophomore, exits, and the senior, Jacob Betancourt, at 152, will enter. Obviously, the brothers, pretty similar weight classes. They have to wrestle. They probably have a nice bond in practicing against each other and getting each other better.
Vintage wrestler goes for the quick shoot, but can't get it. Lucas, no. Jacob
Betancourt.
Jacob
He's got
gets that
Smith's
leg.
Nico Smith.
Oh.
And he quickly
That's
puts
a
Smith on the
takedown.
ground. 2 points for the takedown.
Goes for the cradle. Nope.
All 3 Trojan wrestlers here on JV have done a great job going to the offense.
So that leg just needs to trip him. Make him walk a little bit, and then you got to find the right time to trip him.
There
when
he
his
goes.
leg's up.
Now, Justin, you know what you're talking about.
A little bit.
Pleasure to have Justin Plumtree, former wrestler, joining me. Nearly got him in the pin. Betancourt just trying to adjust again. 30 seconds left. Betancourt leading 2-0 over Smith. Smith trying to get away. Excellent strength by Betancourt.
Snaps him down. He's back on his back now. That's 3 points for a near fall.
10 seconds left. Smith is trying to survive here. 3 seconds, and that will be the end of 1. So 5-0. Betancourt in control against
Got
Smith.
that. Picks neutral.
What's he need to do here to finish Smith off?
Just keep on going on. Keep on what he was doing. Smith tried to go out very aggressive. Tried to start aggressive. Betancourt fought off, and then he got the takedown, and he got the near fall. He goes for a double leg takedown. Gets the takedown. Trying to get that half in. Oh, and
Smith gets an escape, and
No,
suddenly
not
he takes
yet.
an offensive position. They didn't give the point to him.
he needs to get behind to get the points.
Betancourt having to go on the defense for the first time, trying to get out of this. 50
Betancourt's
seconds left
back.
here in the second. Nice job by Betancourt to
No points there.
get away.
The vintage wrestler never got behind Betancourt. Didn't get the points for a reverse.
Yeah, that has to be disappointing when it seemed like you got some offense going, but weren't able to manufacture any points.
Yeah, but you got it there.
Finally
Now
does
that's
with the
a
escape there, and they'll reset. 20 seconds left here of the second. 7-1 Betancourt leading.
Betancourt really
Now he's got him in the pin position.
squeeze.
Smith battling here for Vintage. We near the
Oh,
end of
it's
the
close.
first. 5 seconds
It's
left.
close. Get him on his back. He's not going to get it, but he's going to get 3 points for the near fall. The second near fall.
So he's in control here, 12-0, and if he gets to a lead of 15 or more, that would automatically end the match. We've got 2 minutes to try to get there. based on how much you win, if you're new to wrestling, that dictates how many points you get as a team. 6 points for the pin, 5 points for winning by 15 points, 4 points.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Right into the cradle. Right into the cradle. And that's a pin.
Wow.
What a move. That's just strength right there.
Well, sometimes you just need a moment of brilliance. He had that there.
And just straight into the cradle. Great job by getting straight into the move and just making him pay.
Took some work, but Jacob Betancourt gets the pin on Nico Smith. And the Trojans are 3-0 to start here. So we're going to move to the 160-pound, another match here. We'll see David Pacheco.
The legend, David Pacheco.
The senior battle Arnie Mildy.
Who's wearing shorts.
That's
Point
a new
out
one.
that is okay. A lot of wrestlers don't go for shorts just since it's baggy and the other wrestler can grab onto it easier. It's not as comfortable too for a lot.
Mildy goes to the legs. And a 2-point takedown. Pacheco had to get out of that or he might have been pinned real fast. Nice job by Arnie Mildy to start here.
Keeps breaking him down. David's trying to stand up, but Arnie just keeps breaking him down.
Pacheco's been around this wrestling program a lot. He hasn't wrestled, though, before actually on the team. Is that correct, Justin?
No, that's not correct. He's been on the team. He's had some trouble with grades, but he's been on the team. He's been a great guy in the practice room. Arnie just lets him up.
So there's a point.
There's a point.
Escape.
Arnie, I guess, didn't feel like he was doing good enough and just thought it would be better to get another takedown, attempt to get one.
20 seconds and change left here in this
good
first
sprawl.
round.
Good sprawl by David. David's trying to circle to get the points. He needs to circle around. Barney has that leg. Oh, great job by David. He was almost on his back, but
end of one. 3-2 is the lead for Pacheco.
Yeah, he got a couple points for that takedown. He got behind. Griffin's checking on the other camera. Griffin's a great guy. David started on the bottom.
Pretty even match between these two so far. How does one stand out over the other?
Arnie's doing a great job of keeping him down on the ground. That's one thing I've noticed. David keeps fighting, though. He's not going to let it. He's definitely not going to go easy. David's got that country strength, so he's gone lift a lot bigger hay bales than this kid.
Yeah, he lives on a ranch. In fact, I know his mother makes some delicious cheese.
Yes.
Some Portuguese cheese. I'd recommend trying it if you haven't.
Goat cheese.
Yeah,
it's great.
I actually went on a cheese tour.
Did you?
At his ranch. Yeah.
Did you actually?
A lot of fun. Out on Chileno Valley Road.
Yes, it's a great place.
Great place. But Pacheco trying to earn some cheese here. He's been stuck in a defensive position here in this second round. However, he's still leading 3-2.
He's not getting on his back, and that's the main thing. If you're looking at the lights, that means you're losing, and David's definitely not going to look at the lights anytime soon, it looks like.
10 seconds left in the second. Pacheco just staying in his position as we near the end of the second.
Great job by David Pacheco of not letting up. He wasn't going to give up. He wasn't just going to give up easy and let what's his name? Arnie get any points. So David's still up 3-2.
Arnie Mildy, David Pacheco headed to a third in this very competitive.
And Arnie picks bottom. So he's down, so he wants to start on bottom and hopefully try to get up and get that point to tie it.
Yeah, that's really the reason for doing that.
Arnie tries to get the reversal.
Pacheco trying to take advantage and get some points offensively.
David's on his back.
Now he's in trouble.
Oh,
he gets
and he
away.
gets the cradle.
He turns him over into
David
the pin.
Chaco has a cradle right now. Squeeze.
He
And
got him.
David. Actually crazy. That was pretty crazy, I got to say. I thought Arnie got him, but then David just came out of nowhere and just spun in, got right into that cradle. We keep going back to that cradle. That was personally my favorite move back in the day.
A feeling out process, and then they both win at it in the third, and it was going to be who
Out of the way,
had
David.
the most strength and moxie.
Good job, David.
Exceptional match, though, between those two, and you can see the good sportsmanship as Pacheco gets the pin in the third.
Trojans killing it so far.
That was the best one we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of varsity matches that look like that, but at even a higher quality.
They got freshman Ryan.
Ryan Castiglia,
Yeah, I wasn't going to say
70, is going to get the forfeit.
JV football player. He's a great leader. I think he's going to, on summer workouts for football, he is a huge leader for the JV boys. So I really feel like he's going to help out in the wrestling room.
We'll see one more JV match, and then we're going to move on. We'll have a brief break, and then we'll move on to varsity girls. Some of the top girls wrestlers in the whole Bay Area are here tonight between Vintage and Petaluma. Ready to go. Josh Bias against Sebastian Garcia. Bias is a freshman, or is he a sophomore?
I don't know. I've never seen him in my life. Just going to be honest.
Is he a freshman or a sophomore? Sophomore? Okay. No, Josh.
No one seems to know. He seems like, is he even real? Is he a ghost?
Freshman.
He is a freshman. Primary source right there. He told us.
Yeah, he told us himself, so we know it's right.
See, I'm studying for my finals, of course, so I know what a primary source is.
Ah, there you go. What class was that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not really studying for finals.
No? Or I guess you're here.
Yeah.
It's finals week here at Petaluma High. First finals were today. Continue Thursday and Friday. Sebastian Garcia is the vintage wrestler.
He's going for the cradle. Sebastian is going for the cradle. Josh is staying strong, though. Didn't let him bring that knee in.
We saw in that last match how a defensive approach can work. You stay defensive, don't give up points.
Exactly.
And hang around, and then when you have that moment of strength and the right move where the other wrestler's susceptible, you take advantage.
You can be down 14-0 and still win. That's what's great about this sport. You can be down 14-0, then you get one big move, and you win.
Yeah, there's really no other sport like it that's comparable.
You can lose a match but win the points. You know what I mean? You can not play as good, but you could have that one big moment and win it.
30 seconds left here of the first.
Josh is trying to stay strong, not let that shoulder get down.
Turned over.
He's trying to keep that shoulder up, make sure he's real close, though. Real close, but there he goes. Gets up a little bit.
He's got a couple seconds
close.
left to survive.
Yeah.
He pins him. Garcia thrilled with that effort.
Yeah, he's a little thrilled. He got 1 point. Ooh, six points for their team. One win for them. Hopefully it's their last.
Now Vintage gets a win in the JV category. They're bound to get one. Too many talented wrestlers. Garcia, I should say. Pretty pumped up about that one. Clapping his hands as the freshman for the Trojans.
Hey, good job, Josh.
We've got a couple more forfeits for Petaluma. They're going to roll to a victory in JV, and then the varsity girls are getting ready to go.
We got 8, right? 7? 1, 2.
Owen Chapelet at 195 and Derek Hanni at the heavyweight were the last two. JV.
Derek Hanni, I believe, is going varsity actually.
So varsity girls are going to go. We're going to let you listen into Coach Butts, who's PA announcing for tonight.
First time ever, Valley Girls Division. Starting off 189 pounds from Vintage.
Gonna go face off with the girls right now. Look see who's facing each other. One forfeit for the Crushers.
Up to 235 pounds from Vintage. Ruth Staley, receive a forfeit.
Another forfeit for the Crushers.
tonight, 106 pounds.
At 106 pounds.
From Vintage High School, Emily Rodriguez.
Emily Rodriguez.
She'll be facing off with Petaluma's Amelia Greven.
Yeah, Greven, we talked about her. She's a really talented freshman, Justin.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Moving up to 111 pounds. From Vintage, Natalie Short. Natalie Scott.
We got Natalie Scott.
Petaluma,
Again,
Brooklyn
Shattuck, who we've talked about a couple of times. She was great.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
You could tell they knew each other, too. That's going to be a fun one.
116 and 121, back wrestling at 126 pounds.
Then 126 pounds.
From Vintage High School, Delaney Walker. From Petaluma, Kim Larson.
Delaney Walker and Kim Larson. Kim Larson had an amazing sister here who placed second in state, actually, at heavyweights for girls, I believe 3 years ago. So and she actually won a scholarship from the Oakland Raiders, actually.
Yep.
Because how impressive she was as an athlete in Sonoma County. Then we got Logan Pomey going against Samantha Ramirez. Logan, younger sister of Derek, should be a great leader, captain of the girls team, along with Brooklyn.
Shaylin Baker.
And then we have a forfeit going towards Petaluma.
Yeah, so Petaluma has a forfeit, Vintage has a forfeit, so that evens out there in terms of points.
They actually have two forfeits. Vintage has two
too.
forfeits.
So Petaluma a little behind then on that.
Yeah, so Petaluma
There's
will
the
start
start.
behind.
From Vintage High School, Donna Castillo. She'll be beating up Petaluma's Carla Maldonado.
So there you go. Those are the varsity girls matches.
We're going to have 6 matches, looks like, for the girls.
How many points is it for a forfeit, Justin, for the team? Justin, how many
I believe
points?
6.
6 points? Okay.
Um,
So that means that Vintage will start out with 12, Petaluma with 6. So we'll mean a little bit of room to make up with.
Machado.
But the talented
Forfeit 6 points, right?
Petaluma girls wrestling team will try to make it up.
Thank you.
It is 6.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
6.
cool.
Okay.
Just verifying
Started doubting
on that.
myself.
Talking about the girls team a little bit in the open, but if you didn't hear us, the Vallejo tournament, they had 5 girls place 5th. Varsity girls Vallejo High tournament. Mentioned Amelia Greven, Brooklyn Shattuck, Logan Pomey, and Carla Maldonado Cherise all placing 1st. And then on December 8th, they were in San Leandro. Brooklyn Shattuck made the quarterfinals. She did get injured. She had to default after that. And Logan Pomey placed 5th.
Right now we just had the captains being Logan Pomey and Brooklyn Shattuck. Both younger sisters of seniors. They're both sophomores. So
And both we mentioned Shattuck was the state champion. Pomey also went to the state championships as an 8th grader at the junior high.
yes. So great future there.
Should be a lot of fun, these varsity girls matches, and the first time in Petaluma history that there is an official varsity girls team. So a little bit of history here tonight. 2 very talented varsity girls squads. George Tynes, one of the varsity basketball players, is tuned
George.
on in. Yeah.
Hi, George. How you doing? Are you ready for your game?
Vintage will start with one of their forfeits. That's at the 189, I believe.
Yeah.
That was 189, yeah.
They're going to go heavy first and then go down. Then their next is 235.
So Vintage
forfeit.
has the 2 forfeits at the heavyweight. That's what Petaluma's missing. Ruth Staley and Jessica Mendoza are the 2 heavyweight forfeits. Vintage will start off with 12
Hey, that
points
camera's
there.
dying. Want me to check on it?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's Justin has knocked over his chair. They're really freaking out about a dying camera. It's totally fine.
Justin, it's fine. Yes, this is live on the.
No, it's not. Yeah, but it's not. You can't
Okay,
see it
well, Only you can see it?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Oh,
He
so
just
this
needs to see
isn't
the
going on to
score.
like the bottom corner.
No,
of the
I'm using
No, he
this
took
so
that
I
off.
can see.
Alrighty, alrighty.
No, it helps us see this.
Yeah, I got you.
No, you're fine. Yeah, you're not blocking it.
I thought it was going like the bottom.
Team. Oh yeah, no one can hear that either. No. Team Captain Derek Foamy was very concerned about our dying camera, but it was just fine. So we're gonna get the varsity girls started here at the 106. Both teams do forfeit at 101 with Amelia Greven and Emery. She does not have a last name, but it begins with an R. So ready to go. Justin will join me in just a moment. Amelia Greven, only a freshman. She was a star at the junior high level. And so far, she has been excellent. She
Yeah, fix my chair since I messed it up.
first place at the JV girls tournament at San Leandro High School on the 8th. She has not lost a match at the high school level yet.
Oh,
No score between these two to start. A little bit of a feeling out match.
trying to get wrist control. A lot of arm fighting right now. Amelia's trying to get the reach and get that leg, but no luck yet. Try to get heavy on the head. Reaches again. Emery's really playing defensive, trying not to let Amelia get anything out of her.
Yeah, no, when they're a lighter weight like this, it's definitely a lot more about agility, and it's a lot more standing up, isn't it?
Yeah, but you really got to get low. That's a big thing about wrestling. The low man wins, as in a lot of sports.
So no score between the two of these. 30 seconds remain in the first set.
Just trying to get. She has that neck right now, so hopefully she can control her a little bit and snap her down. Let's go of it, though.
Greven tried to go to the
try to
knee,
get-
but couldn't get it.
Roll over. Spinner. There we go. Oh, then she's on her
Greven's got her in
back.
the pin.
That's going
Excellent job
to
to
be 2
get
points
away.
for the takedown.
That's the end of one. Greven leading 2-0. She nearly got the pin. An excellent
Did
move.
he give her, what is it, 4-0? So,
Oh,
yeah.
4-0.
Yeah,
give
so
her
2 points for the
points.
takedown and then 2 points for the near fall.
Okay. Nice job, though, by Emery for Vintage to get out of that and hold on. Feeling out process for much of that, but Greven with a moment of flurry, trying to fix up her hairnet. A little housekeeping. Always a challenge when you have longer hair.
Yeah, I know.
A wrestler.
It's a pain to have long hair.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to keep your mullet if you want to keep on wrestling, Justin.
I'll wear a hairnet, you know.
All right.
You got to keep that mullet lifestyle going.
Yeah, that's pretty
Anybody that's
important.
watching, I hope you get a mullet. It's a great hair.
That's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah, it's
you
not
gotta-
a haircut. It is a lifestyle.
That's a lifestyle, no doubt.
It really
All right,
is.
hair is pinned back up and fixed, and we're ready to go here for the second set. Greven will take bottom. Emery on top for Vintage. These are, I think, both freshmen, but these are two very, very talented freshmen here in the Vine Valley Athletic League. Very good chance they could see each other in the VVAL Championships in February at American Canyon. Greven's very athletic too at the junior high. She was on played soccer and was on the basketball team, and all three of those sports were during the winter season, but she decided to go with wrestling.
Yeah, it's technical violation by Vintage because she locked her hands. You can't lock your hands when you don't have an arm or a leg. So that's her first warning.
So that will add another point.
It's
5-0.
It's definitely difficult. From the junior high, you can play all these sports, but like you can play for the basketball and you can play wrestling. Another technical violation by Vintage.
Coach Butts providing some instructions. The Petaluma coaches on their chairs. You have to do a lot of talking, even though Greven has experienced junior high wrestling. She's still certainly on the younger side.
Amelia got another point for escape because the coach decided to not start from the bottom anymore and just go neutral.
So 7-0. Varsity matches are 2 minutes. JV are a minute and a half, so that's why the clock's is a little bit more on it. Greven looking for the legs of Emery. Now turns her.
Amelia gets on top. It's going to be 2 points for a takedown and near fall.
She's certainly in control here, but Emery is just battling and trying to stay alive.
Trying to get her over to her back. Let's see. She has her rolling. She has her rolling. Almost there. It's going to be another 2 points for a near fall.
I've had her in the pin position briefly. The ref got to 2, but no more. 13-0.
13-0, and she's back on her back.
5 seconds
up,
left here in
up.
the
He's
second.
about. She got her real close. And that's a pin. A second.
Wow.
A second before.
Hard fought by Greven. Emery didn't go down with the fight, but you could see the talents and skill. There's also a lot of smarts there.
Yeah.
She's only a freshman. She's going to be something special.
We got a very, very young girls team with Brooklyn and Logan being sophomores and now Amelia being a freshman.
Yeah, really remarkable. The talent and youth, they could, by the time you think the current sophomores or seniors, you could see maybe the best girls team in NCS right here at Petaluma High, you think?
Really hope so. Coach Butts does a great job with the girls, and so hopefully you can really train them to do good.
Trojans trailing 12-0, but the pin will grab them 6 points, so 12-6 now. And one of the most talented wrestlers, girls wrestlers in the Bay Area, and Brooklyn Shattuck, the sophomore, ready to go here against Natalie Scott at 111.
Natalie Scott's definitely got the length, though. You can look at her, she's a little taller than Brooklyn. Quite a bit, actually. Longer arms, so this will be a good match for Brooklyn.
Both of these very talented wrestlers with some results mentioned in the open. Shattuck, third in NCS last year at her weight class as a freshman. Went to state, where she was 1-2 as a freshman.
Oh, gets
State
that
champion
leg.
in 8th grade.
Goes out of bounds, though. Great job by Brooklyn, though. Getting to,
Shattuck first place at Vallejo.
well,
Made it to the quarterfinals at San Leandro before an injury.
messed up her hair a little bit.
Yeah, she's got the braids, too. That's an even more challenging ordeal. You got to tuck the braids in the hairnet.
Yes. She doesn't like getting her hair messed up either, so I think she's going to come out a little angry.
I mean, who does? Trojans will get some time off after this. Their next match is not until December 28th. Got a couple tournaments. Varsity boys will be at the Pat Lobel tournament at Aptos. The rest of the team will be in Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Invitational. December 28th.
Natalie's definitely focusing on Brooklyn's head. And let's see. Oh, Natalie gets control in that takedown. Brooklyn's on her back. This isn't good.
Got Shattuck in the pin.
Oh, and
Just
she
got
slips out.
away.
She slips out, though. Amelia's really focusing on Brooklyn's head. You can tell that she's putting her arm into her head, putting her head into the ground. So that's one thing I've noticed. Natalie's really trying to take control of that head.
Scott leads 5-0 here. 50 seconds remaining in the first.
Brooklyn
Shattuck trying to get out of
stands
bounds.
up.
Now they are out of bounds.
Let's go, Brooklyn.
Shattuck not used to losing. You could see it. We saw when she got put in the pin position. There was some panic on her face. She's not used to being in the defense. She's so dominant a wrestler.
Yeah, you can tell she's getting angry, though, so it should be good. Stands up again, Brooklyn.
Scott again.
Oh, but can't do that. That's going to be 1 point for Brooklyn.
That's a painful penalty for Scott, who's wrestling so well.
She held her hand again.
Lost a little bit of momentum there. So Shattuck's on the board, 5-1, 35 seconds left in the first round. 111 here. Live here at the Petaluma High
Brooklyn's
School
trying to
gym.
get. Oh, don't reach back.
Shattuck trying to get the escape. Scott holding on for dear life. Was that on Shattuck?
No, that was a point
That
for
was on
Shattuck.
Scott?
Yes, another technical.
Second technical
Push
violation.
it. He just kind of threw her out of bounds. She
Are those
can't
more
do it.
common in the girls' game? We've seen that in both the two girls' matches.
Not to my knowledge. I think just not. I don't know if they're just not understanding of it as much. And it's always on Vintage, so just like to point that out. Now Brooklyn gets control. She gets her
Excellent
2-point
takedown
reverse.
by Shattuck. There's
And that's
the
going to
end
be a 2-point near fall. So a great ending by Brooklyn. If 5 more seconds, I think Brooklyn has a pin there.
Of being near fault herself and turned it around. Excellent strength she has.
Yeah.
So she actually leads 6-5. The end of one, even though Scott out wrestled
She's
her
done
for
a-
much of that first.
Brooklyn's going to pick bottom because she's done a great job trying to escape. I mean, that's how. So she feels confident that she can escape and she can get out of her grip. Get another point or get 2 points for a reverse. Oh, reaches back. Oh. Ooh, that. She needs to get.
Scott nearly
She
got
needs.
her again.
It's not good to reach back in wrestling. Hopefully she can get that. She's very strong, as you can see. She's not letting her get turned over.
So a rough position for Shattuck. Turning
Shattuck
like a
is
clock.
very strong, though.
Now she's in the pin. Just got out of it. 2 points for a near fall for the Vintage wrestler. Well, Shattuck is totally stuck here. How's she get out?
Circle. Come on, Brooke. Come on, Brooke.
1 minute, 10 seconds left. Nope. It's still 6-5, so there was no
Come on,
takedown.
Brooklyn.
Started counting the pin briefly. That's off now. Shattuck is totally stuck here. Under
She's
a
fighting
minute
it,
left in
though.
the
She's
second.
fighting.
How does Shattuck get out of this?
Just keep fighting. She's strong. She knows that. You can't get pinned. It's big points if you get pinned, and she knows that. So she's gonna do all she can. She's not letting that other.
So for
Oh,
a VVAL title, Petaluma cannot afford a big loss here, especially with one of their top girls
There
wrestlers.
goes. Yes, and Brooklyn gets off her back.
Excellent
Good.
job by Shattuck.
She just kept fighting. She wasn't gonna.
She's got 20 seconds
So
left.
3
to
points for
survive here in
Vintage for the
second.
near fall, but
It's still 6-5 somehow.
there's the 3 points for the near fall.
So there are near fall points.
So it's 8 to.
Shattuck back on the ground again. 5 seconds left here in this second. She's just got to hold on. Scott was watching the clock as well. Exhaustion on both faces. And Shattuck looks exhausted.
She got a bloody nose too, I believe. Yep, Brooklyn has a bloody nose.
I'm not even sure it's a bloody nose. I think she was poked in the face.
I think you might be right.
No,
I think
has
she
a
might
cut
have a
on her
cut on her face.
Yeah, I mean, she was for a good minute 30 there, basically just spinning like a clock, trying to get out of Scott's grasp.
Yeah, great
Just
job
stuck.
though.
Now, you can see the strength of both of these wrestlers and their skill. This is an NCS championship level match that we're seeing between these two wrestlers.
That's for sure.
I mean, obviously Shattuck is so exhausted now. What does she have to do, at least to avoid the pin, or at least keep this within 6 points so Vintage gets minimal points as possible? Because all of it, again, remember, varsity girls, varsity boys will both total up to who wins this match.
But
today.
she was doing good. She was doing really good. But then she got put on her back and she wouldn't get pinned. So that's good. She just needs to stay strong. Keep it on. I think she'll be fine. She's doing
Remember-
good. Hopefully that stops bleeding though.
Yeah, they're still fixing that up. Vintage would only get 3 points if the current score held. As long as they win by 1 to 7, it's just 3 points. They win by 8 to 14, it'd be 4. But a pin is 6 points. So obviously a big difference in point total if you can avoid the pin, which is basically what Shattuck had to do for a minute 30 there.
Yeah, pins are definitely killers. So stay away from those at all cost.
She's nearly cleaned up, braids back in the net, the blood off, she's getting poked in the face. Both wrestlers are very exhausted as well. Natalie Scott and Brooklyn Shattuck here. Petaluma and Vintage, two of the top girls wrestling programs in the North Bay. Petaluma girls last year finished 8th in NCS. Shattuck was the only one to go to state. Sydney Diaz, who graduated, finished 5th, and junior Alyssa Archer also was 5th at her weight class. And there were a couple other wrestlers, including Logan Poby and Just, misplacing last year at NCS.
So Brooklyn's starting on top this time.
Yeah, I think she wants to take the offensive in this set. You really don't want to deal with being below again.
Yeah,
she's bleeding again.
Oh, yeah. The bleeding hasn't stopped, so.
You can't have blood. That's a pretty similar thing in all sports. If there's blood, they're going to stop. So they're trying to fix that up.
It's actually wrestling with so much contact, you know.
There might be some blood in the nose, because she does have the swab of cloth on her nose. George is ready. I don't know for what, but he's ready. Appreciate everyone tuning in here live for the Petaluma High School Gym. You're watching varsity wrestling here between Vintage High and Petaluma, the first VVAL league match of the season.
Brooklyn trying to snap her down and get her on her. Up. Brooklyn brings her back down.
Shattuck trailing 8-6 here, a minute 30 left.
Oh, going for the cradle. Don't, come on, Brooklyn.
Shattuck's in the offensive here, but she needs some points.
Brooklyn's trying to get that cradle. Needs to bring her back in, though. That's the problem. She needs to suck her back into the mat. Out
of bounds. Hundreds of screaming voices encouraging on these two wrestlers. Vintage with probably a good 50 parents and community members that made their way about the 45-minute to an hour drive.
We got some PHS students coming in, too, so.
It's an excellent crowd, loud atmosphere for this one tonight. This holiday Wednesday night affair, the VVAL opener. 1 minute left in this third round. Shattuck takes a look at the clock. She's still trailing by 2. She's been in the offensive. How does she get some points here?
She needs to get her on. She needs to get the girl on her back. She needs to get a near fall, 2 or 3 point near fall, and she's trying to get that cradle right now.
Scott, who got plenty of time to talk of her coaches. That's clearly her strategy. Stay on the defensive.
Installing warning for red as she was
30 seconds and the escape now by Scott. Shattuck running out of time here.
Oh, great.
Nearly got her on her back, but they went out of bounds. That was a nice move, though.
Very close, though.
19 seconds.
Let's go, Brooklyn! Let's go!
Shattuck needs something special here in the last 19 seconds to get a W.
She's aggressive. She's going to that head. Oh, she's going right into it.
Let's
go, Brooklyn! Get her on her back! Oh, yes!
Got it!
Yes!
Unbelievable by Brooklyn Shattuck.
Oh, the girl!
Down by 3. She turns it around. An epic duel.
So you never give up.
A full 3 sets.
Let's go, Brooklyn!
And an emotional hug. The tears spooling from Shattuck's eyes. Unbelievable action.
Very good friends, those two, it seems like.
You love it. You love the sportsmanship from both as well.
I mean, what a comeback. That's why you keep fighting, you never give up. I mean, Brooklyn was down in points, but she was aggressive. She got that head and just kept on and just took her down and then just wasn't going to let go of that.
That was
great job
special
by Brooklyn.
Wow. I don't know if any varsity girls match can back that up, but we'll move to 126. Both teams forfeit at 116 and 121. It's going to be Kim Carson for Petaluma.
Larson.
And DeLavy W for Vintage. That's wrestling. You have such a thrilling match like that, and then it's just on to the next one. You got to keep your focus, even if a teammate has such an exciting match like that. You never know when it's going to end. That has to be tricky.
Usually you're not watching the match in front of you.
Yeah,
You're
you're just
usually
in your own
warming up.
zone.
Oh,
The lady
Kim stood
going
up for
the
a second,
legs.
and
2 points for the takedown.
I'm going to change the battery on that cam. So.
all right. So Griffin's gonna go change some battery, and he's leaving me all alone. Delaney's in control right now. She has the cradle right control, but she still needs to get around. Kim's doing a great job of not letting her roll her over. Oh, and Kim gets the reverse. Very sloppy by Delaney, if I'm going to be honest. And Kim, great job at taking full advantage of that. Has head in the leg right now, trying to get her down on both those shoulders. And there she is. There she goes. Great reverse. Kim took full advantage of Delaney's little mess up right there. Great job by Kim Larson, who's the younger sister of a great wrestler that went to Petaluma. Got second to state a couple of years back. Next, we're going to have Logan Pomey for Petaluma against Samantha Ramirez for Vintage. Logan, as I said, the younger sister of Derek Pomey, team captain for football, team captain for wrestling. Great guy. He's a legend. Logan, sophomore, great wrestler. Should be a good matchup. Logan's got the height. Logan's starting very low. You can tell she's an experienced wrestler right off the bat. Try and get that leg. Shoots. Samantha does a great job of fighting it off. Logan has that control of that left arm of Samantha. Oh, and now just powers through and gets Samantha on her back. This looks like it's going to be a quick match. And great job by Logan Pomey. Absolutely amazing job. Just a lot of power right there. Good job, Logan.
So Trojans with back-to-back pins there in quick succession, and a forfeit
The Trojans
as well.
are up 30-12 at the moment.
Kim Larson and Logan Pomey with the pins, and then Shaylin Baker will get the forfeit win. That means we have 2 more varsity matches, but Petaluma is going to be in the lead.
They're up 30-12, Petaluma over Vintage
And they have
for
not lost
varsity girls.
a actual match. You have those 12 points for Vintage, odd forfeits. Andreana Barhos, a freshman.
See, both are
for
very
Petaluma,
strong
150
girls.
here.
Both girls are very strong. You can tell that off the start.
Nice takedown by Savannah M for Vintage.
Arjana tried to take the takedown, but Savannah was just a little quicker and beat her to the punch.
2-0 Vintage here. It's packed gym, very few seats to be had. And Petaluma, an excellent start to the night. Brooklyn Shattuck's match so far, the highlight. Varsity boys are coming up very soon.
Out of bounds, so
Out of bounds.
back to the middle.
The Trojans with those, when I was away though, 2 dominant victories. They were gone like that. Easy first set pins. I mean, you saw the talent on this varsity girls team, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. Talked about it all day. Just the talent of the girls, and pretty amazing.
Now
And they're young too, so that's the best part.
Larson, a freshman who had that first pin, and then Pomey with the quick second pin, gone just like that. Pomey is also could probably go to college for wrestling as well. She's just that talented. Some of these other wrestlers, such as Adriana Barajas, not as heralded. They have just as much talent as strength. However, Savannah M has got Barajas in the pin and in position, so close. Vintage fans want the pin and wondering why it's not coming, but it's not.
Adriana is fighting it though. She's trying her best. She's close though, and there we go.
So the first victory of the night for Vintage
For varsity girls.
at the varsity girls level in terms of an actual match. Savannah M outdoes Barajas. Hard-fought battle, but too much talent there for Vintage. And we have one more varsity girls match before we move on to the varsity boys. It's Carla Maldonado-Cherise taking on Bomiva C for Vintage. Maldonado-Cherise already with a lot of success this year for Petaluma, including first place at the Vallejo tournament and first place for JV at the San Leandro High Invitational. So you can see 30-18 the score here, and remember, varsity girls and varsity boys are just all combined up. And 160 here.
Still, the Trojans are up 30-18 for varsity girls. That's out of bounds. So that takedown does not count because you took her out of bounds. So they're starting neutral again.
So no points. Stays 0-0 early here on this first of this final varsity girls match. We have a full slate, 13 matches of varsity boys. Coming up after this with some of the most talented wrestlers in the Bay Area. And Maldonado-Cherise put in the pin. Arching her back, trying to get out of it. Stopped momentarily, but it is only inevitable in that situation. 2 of the Trojans' younger wrestlers unable to stop. Some impressive experience and impressive skill there from Vintage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But key points for Vintage, too.
Yeah. We're still up 30-24. I believe that's the end of the varsity girls, so we still won.
Gonna try to fix that camera again, so it's all you for a couple more minutes, and then we'll see the
So
varsity
all
boys.
me. Griffin's going back to the camera, which I guess he cannot fix, but Griffin's a smart guy. Hopefully he figures it out. Let's see some of the comments. Oh, Jamie said hi. She also said, hey, Jamie said you were doing a great job at doing tech.
Thank you,
Jamie, there's cords all over the place. I'm wondering why you're not here. It's kind of disappointing, you know. Supposed to be a key tech person, but don't seem to come to many of these things. Reese, how you doing? Are you having a good day? Ready for your finals? If you're in high school, I don't really know who you are, but
Oh, yeah, it's done?
if there's any Petaluma Trojans out there, let me know if you're ready for finals. Well, I guess hopefully you are, since we had them today.
You know how to change it, right? You don't? So you just take that out, and then you're going to switch it with that. Can you do that?
Round of applause for how the ladies did. Jamie said I could come and that we're rude. Jamie, you should come. Come watch some wrestling.
From Village High School, Alex Ortiz.
We're going to go some face-offs. You can see me. They're starting at 195. Now we're at 220.
From Village High School, Dominic Smith. They'll be facing off at Petaluma's Max Apatomian.
So Jamie, are you coming or what? Because you said you could come, so you should come. Derek Hanni. Great guy.
Moving on to lightweights.
Yeah, I know. He's fixing it. Let's
Dylan Bianchi receiving forfeit to Petaluma.
Dylan Bianchi will get the forfeit.
We're going to throw it on you.
On number 113 pounds, Nick Trey will receive a forfeit.
Nick Trave will receive a forfeit at 113.
Same goes to 120, Charlie Winter.
At 120, Charlie Winter will receive a forfeit. So Petaluma, big lead with the forfeits. 132, Dominic Butts will get a forfeit. 126, Carlos will receive a forfeit. No, we'll get back to wrestling at 138.
Back to wrestling from Vintage. Dominic Dandini.
We got Dominic Dandini from Vintage facing up against Mac Shattuck.
Yeah, it's on you.
McLaren Shattuck.
How you doing? Mac Shattuck, another senior. He's a captain, you can see with the white shorts.
From Vintage High School, Cody Heaton.
At 145, we have Cody Diekman against Liam O'Neill.
Liam O'Neill.
Liam, a senior.
Top match of the night, 152 pounds.
Nickname of Squirrel. Fun fact.
Tucker Lanou.
152, we got Tucker Lanou against Connor Patterson. Probably the match of the night. So definitely going to look at that one for sure.
At 162 pounds, from Vintage High School, Dylan Smith.
106, we got Dylan Smith against Colton Prieto.
Petaluma's Colton Prieto.
Connor and Colton also captains, you can see, with the white shorts.
170 pounds, Vintage brings Antonio Macedo.
170, Antonio Melito against Tony Vitale.
Tony Vitale.
Once again, team captain, you can tell with the white shorts.
On up to 182 pounds, from Vintage, Saul Valley.
182 got Sal Valle against the Derek Pomey.
Derek Homey.
Go Derek!
Captain to the middle.
And Jamie is coming. And those are the matches. You can see the 5 team captains for Petaluma. We got Derek Pomey, Max Shattuck, Colton Prieto, Tony Vitale, and Connor Patterson. All seniors. We got 5 captains for the boys varsity team.
Yeah, you heard the roar, especially in with Patterson and Tucker Landhow. That's kind of the marquee matchup here, but a lot of good matchups, a lot of good wrestlers on both sides.
All 5 of our team captains are wrestling tonight, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a big match. You don't in SCL. There were about half the varsity matches often would be forfeits, and you're not going to see that tonight. It was just a couple forfeits. Petaluma though gets all of them, so that's a huge. Actually, I mean it's 5 forfeits. For whatever reason, Vintage doesn't have those lower weights.
That's what's awesome about how big a team the Trojans have, just because they're not going to have open spots. They only had 1 open spot with the JV boys at 220, which the heavier you get, the less people you're usually going to find. So
really able to fill up that lineup.
So that's awesome, be able to fill up the lineup like Griffin said.
So 195, Jack Santos. This is his first varsity match. Fill in that higher weight class. Petaluma did not lose many seniors from last year. Only lost 5 boys seniors from last year. But Fernando Marshall was at the 195 and SCL champion. He is gone. Sophomore Jack Santos is also on the varsity football team. Takes his spot.
Yes, Jack he wrestled last year. Like you said, he got called up for varsity football, so he's a great athlete.
A lot of strength, as you see.
Oh, and he gets a great reverse. 2 points for him.
He's up early on Alex Ortiz, though Ortiz quickly gets the 2 points back. 1:30 left here in the first, tied at 2 on this first varsity boys batch at 195.
And Jack gets him on
Got
his
him
back.
in.
Near pin. Let's see. And I think that's, oh, he's real close.
Nice job by Ortiz to get away.
Jack needs to keep circling. There we go. Gets that arm out of the way. Oh, he's real close. He needs to get his arm out of the way, though.
Under a minute left here. Santos, oh, so close. And now an infraction. That hurts.
Jack messed up a little bit. He got both his arms around.
You don't want that infraction there. Stopped all of his momentum.
He's got both his arms around the neck, which you can't do. You can harm a player like that. But Jack will still be on top.
So Santos trails 3-2, 53 seconds left in the first. And again, Santos
Jack
seems
locked
more
his hands
confused,
again.
But yeah, you just can't lock those hands. And he is a younger wrestler. He's only a sophomore. He has never wrestled at the varsity level. He's a lot of athletic talent, but I think that's some of that inexperience coming into play, obviously.
For sure, for sure. Very strong, not going to let him up easily.
Vintage had a pretty young team last year. They did lose some key seniors from a team that finished 44th in a very good San Joaquin section. But over half the varsity team returns for them. Ortiz, one of those new varsity wrestlers for them as well, though. Santos back on top, but he trails here as we approach the 10-second mark in this first set. Absolute packed Petaluma High School gym.
Jack's not letting him up.
Ortiz has had no offensive chances in this
Look, I got
first.
Jamie to come.
So that will be the end of the first set. It's 5-4, so Santos does get the 3 points for the near fall, so that will help make up for those couple infractions, but he is in position here. It's just so hard to finish off a really good wrestler like Ortiz, but that's vital for points.
Yeah, it's actually with how strong he is. It's going to be tough to overpower him, but you got to use your smarts too.
Vintage boys are coming off last year. Mentioned the Napa Valley champions. They won the King of the Valley Championship tournament, second straight year last year, defeating American Canyon. They hadn't done it in 10 years before 2 years ago. They've really built a strong program. Little bit of a transition, new head coach in Micah Wantabe, but all the top wrestlers are still there.
So Jack has started on bottom, so hopefully he can get up.
Santos with a 1-point lead, but now he's in the defensive position. Ortiz just
Jack's
kinda
got that
draping his
leg,
arms
though.
over him.
Jack trying to get that reverse. Trying to power through. Oh, gets the arm. Looks like he's trying to get the cradle.
The armbar around the head, he reverses him. Had Ortiz in the pin briefly. He gets 2 points for the takedown. It's 7-4.
Trying to squeeze. It's real close.
Oh, so
there he goes.
He's got it. And the Trojans started off with a varsity victory. A clap from Jack Santos. Hard fought pin. Ortiz battled, but Santos with so much strength and athletic skill, and he really combined it there for a nice
For sure,
pin.
for sure. Fought off that bottom with that strength and then just athleticism to get in the right position. 6-0 Trojans.
On to the 220, and it's Max and Prieto taking on Dominic Smith.
Dominic Smith, as you can see, is a lot bigger, he's a lot taller.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man. Two new varsity wrestlers is, I think Prieto is a freshman. But at that higher weight level, there aren't too many wrestlers.
he's the only wrestler at 220, so for the Trojans. So he's stepping up and going for varsity.
A big pressure moment.
He's trying to get head.
Looking like shadow boxing.
Dominic's definitely not being very aggressive. You can tell Max is being a lot more aggressive compared to Dominic. Sorry.
And certainly, what's the strategy at this higher weight level? Because the wrestlers are very different than at the lighter weights.
Shoot, I don't know since I'm a lightweight.
You don't know what they.
Honestly, I don't know. It's not me to ask. You got Coach Eddie.
I mean, they're definitely less agile.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength.
No, that's more about strength, you think? Yeah.
Coach Eddie, great coach, came on last year.
I think it's especially that once you get to the ground, you're probably not getting back up.
Yeah.
So that's so vital now that you see.
You say that.
Interior on the ground.
As Max is on the ground, Dominic took him down.
Yeah, vital move by Smith after a little bit of a feeling out process.
Coach Eddie's a great coach, especially for the heavyweights. He helps everyone, but he's very vital to the heavyweights. He's great guy.
Smith briefly got Oncherion in a pin. Now he gets away, but 2-0 with 40 seconds left. Nice, slow tactical kill here by Smith.
It's a near fall for Dominic Smith.
5-0, Smith in front.
Max is staying off his back, which is good.
And Shurion tried to turn him over.
Max back on his back, though.
There's the pin.
And that's the pin. So Dominic Smith defeats Max.
A nice job by Dominic Smith.
Max a little slow to get up.
Slowly beating him, and Shurion looking at some pain. Oh, there is some blood.
Is there?
I think. No, I'm seeing
No,
pain.
that's the stripe.
Yeah.
That's no blood. Don't worry.
That's not blood, luckily.
It's
But
just a big red stripe.
and Shurion is banged up after that. Nice job by Dominic Smith there.
First varsity match.
Shurion limps
For
off.
league.
Hope he's okay. And we will move to the heavyweights. Derek Hanni and Conrad Fisk. These are some big boys. This is put two big bowling balls out there and see who can knock each other over first. And you saw that there at the 185. Once Smith got Shurion on the ground, it was over.
Derek Hanni, who had a great job at NCS last year. Pretty surprising, actually. And he's ranked pretty highly for heavyweights this year, so we'll see how he comes out.
Hanni a junior, but Fisk is one of the better vintage wrestlers. Qualified for the San Joaquin Section Masters, which is if you don't qualify for state, but you finish high enough in the San Joaquin section, you get to go to the state level. And Fisk went there. He was 0 for 2.
Conrad does
At
look
that.
a lot bigger than Derek, though.
Yeah.
Two very strong guys, and there goes.
Down goes Hanni.
Oh, but look at Hanni. Look at the strength, just throwing him, trying to get up.
Trying to get himself out, but it's hard to pick yourself up when you're 300 pounds.
Conrad just laying on him.
Yeah.
Derek's doing a great job, though.
285 pounds of pure muscle.
At least.
That hurts.
So near fall for Conrad, but out of bounds.
So 3-0. Fisk leads. And it's fun to watch these big guys wrestle. It's
A lot of strategy goes into it.
we won't see too many lightweights because Vintage just doesn't have them, but it's a much more agile, different kind of wrestling. It's really a totally different game, which makes it so interesting.
Derek Hanni trying to get up.
Hanni just in the defensive here. He's in trouble here against Fisk and Vintage, essentially with a huge victory. And they would start to make their way back.
Conrad trying to get half.
And Vintage needs, Petaluma won the varsity girls.
It's Jamie.
Oh. Petaluma won the varsity girls pretty resoundingly. And they've gotten some forfeits. Vintage needs to win the majority of the matches we see if they can knock off Petaluma here tonight.
Yeah, it's 6-6 so far. Conrad Fisk is hoping
Hanni
to
does
make
an excellent job spinning through that, but it is a near fall.
That is 2 points.
Yeah, he's just
It's a
got to try
two-point
to
near
avoid
fall.
the pin here. So we're near the end of the first. Hanni moves
Hanni back on his
over.
back.
Fisk has got him, and he's pinned up.
Oh, last second defeat by Derek. And Jamie is here, as she said. I don't know if Jamie did show up, as she said in the comment section, so that's pretty impressive. Hey, good job, Derek.
Yeah, Hanni
Okay, and
battled
that's
hard,
good
but-
for the heavyweights.
But
Now
once
we're
Fisk got in position, it was hard for him to battle. So we're going to see it. I got it. We're going to see a couple forfeits.
Dylan
somewhat.
Bianchi first, freshman at 106. He's on the JV football team.
Nick Trabe, who's one of the more talented wrestlers at Petaluma, 113. No, it's not that one. That one broke. It's
So,
another one.
Nick
It's in
Trave
here
is also
somewhere.
going to get forfeit 113 pounds.
Obviously, we mentioned the numbers. We mentioned them a lot of times for Petaluma. It helps so much, and they get 5 forfeits. It really puts them in control. And a lot of these are talented wrestlers, too. Charlie Winter,
Senior.
an FCL champion, experienced senior, will get the forfeit at 120. They very much could be VVAL champions as well. Carlos Coleto Garcia, 126.
I believe he is a junior.
Stronger players and
I believe he's a
wrestlers.
junior, and
Yeah.
this is his first year, if I'm
he's
correct.
Strong though. Practiced with
Yes.
the cross country team a little bit. You can just look at him and see how strong he is. Gets to the 126, and Dominic Butts, who's been one of the
Senior
best
leaders.
performers for Petaluma early in the season at tournaments at 132, will also get a forfeit. Butts finished 5th the Green and Gold tournament.
Nephew
back
of
on the
Coach
8th.
Butts, too.
Yes, and of course his father coaching. But we're finally going to get back to going here. The 138 match.
Let's go, Mac. Go,
against
baby.
Dominic Dandini. We will have
Mac Shattuck,
7 matches in a row here to finish this off.
Mac Shattuck, the older brother of Brooklyn Shattuck, who had
Already
the
got a
great
thrilling
pin.
victory.
So, hopefully Mac can make it 2 for 2 with the family. Mac is just an absolute unit. He's a huge guy.
SCL champion last year. Actually, SCL champion back-to-back years, I believe.
Team captain. You can tell he's very quick. He knows
Great
what he's
leader.
doing.
Yeah. And obviously a football player, cornerback for the football team as well. Very agile.
Yes.
That's what it's about at this lightweight, right? Being agile.
Safety and outside linebacker, actually.
Oh, my bad. Now you can see it. Shattuck thrashing around here.
You can see how strong Mac is.
Turning Dandini back, and he gets 2 points for the turnover.
Dominic,
Another
for a
takedown.
second, thought he had control, but then Mac just overpowered
Tied
him.
at 2.
A lot of back and forth right now. Look at Mac just overpowering him, taking him
Point
to the
for
ground.
Dandini, and escape.
Mac's a great wrestler with how quick he is, you can see off the start, but just also how strong he is with how he's just overpowering him, taking him back to the ground. And that's out of bounds. We're going to go back to the middle. Mac Shattuck will be on top.
So Shattuck now leading 4-3, a minute left here in the first. I'll try that again.
Caution on Mac because he started us a little too early.
Shattuck finished 6th over the weekend at the Bill Martell Invite at Northgate High. Trojans finished 7th out of 32 teams there, very impressive. Head of Vintage, who was 14th over that weekend.
Great
Martell.
move by, what's his name?
Dandini.
Dandini. Great move by Dandini. I'll give him that. But Max got that leg. He's trying to keep control.
Dandini trying to wrestle him free.
Mac
trying to
coming
get
back.
away. Now he's flying into the air, but Shattuck with the strength holds on.
Then we got more blood. Max Shattuck, just like his sister's, bleeding.
Yeah, the Shattocks. It must be in the genes. Easy bleeders. That will stop it. Shattuck. Varsity boys 3 years. Helped lead team to back-to-back SCL champions. Great leader, athletic family. They clean them up.
Brooklyn.
Shattuck trailing by 1 here left in the first.
No, but you're an idiot. Now Max bleeding too. So we were just talking about.
Shattuck's got the
All clean.
getting cleaned up. He's got the cloth in his nose. They're cleaning up the mat. Yeah, I don't know what the Shattuck parents were doing, but they're making their kids bleed too easily. They continue
Oh
to
my
have to
God,
clean up this
Griffin.
beautiful purple new mat here at the Petaluma High School gym. Trojans are leading Vintage. Here, two of the top VVAL wrestling teams. This key early season matchup will go a long way towards deciding the title, and Petaluma currently in front and in position potentially to take first place, get in the driver's seat, and potentially if Casa Grande defeats Vintage, it could come down to that matchup. Petaluma needs to win a couple more matches to secure things this evening.
Max back on top. Here we go wrestling again.
Shattuck leading by 1, 20 seconds left. This first round, and there's the escape.
Escape, but
Shattuck
Max
goes
tried to get right
after
back.
him, but they go out of bounds. Tied at 4, good even match here so far in this first set. 15 seconds remain. Ten seconds remain. And that is the end of one, 4-4.
Great match so far.
Yeah, these wrestlers look pretty even, don't they?
Yeah, so far so good.
What does Shattuck need to do here to get the upper hand?
Well, Shattuck picked bottom. He got the choice. He picked bottom. He's hoping to get the escape, and you can see how strong he was earlier, so he's hoping to keep that strength. Max again. Up.
Shattuck got in the nice position.
But blood thing came out. Oh, there's a lot of blood.
Oh, it is everywhere now, and that's going to take some more cleanup.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah, pulling out of Shattuck's nose. It's on his bicep. It's on his hand.
There's a lot of blood.
Definitely some on the mat.
That's a lot of blood coming out of his nose right now.
Yeah, I guess you just get poked in the nose and it comes out. What's in your blood, Brooklyn? It's crazy. Oh, Brooklyn Shattuck standing near us, trying to figure out why the bloody day for the Shattocks, but they're just hoping to go 2 for 2. Brooklyn was so far the most exciting victory of the evening. It lit up this gym between these two. Brooklyn Shattuck came from behind, nearly took the entire match.
You good, Mac?
Shattuck's got the swab in both nostrils now, and Bianchi's got some blood on him. That's fallen on him. I could go take a shower now. See Liam O'Neill and Cody Pickman coming up, and we're just 2 away from the match of the evening. It's the rubber match between Connor Patterson and Tucker Landhow. 2 state-ranked wrestlers, 2 that will likely face each other the 4th time at the VVAL Championships and likely a 5th time at the NCS Championships. It's going to be a pleasure to see both of them go at it.
So Max starting on bottom now.
Trojans need a couple more victories to secure a W here against Vintage, but they want to win by as many points as possible.
Max almost gets to escape. He's right there.
Even if they defeat Vintage, as they go out of bounds.
Max taking down pretty hard right on his
Hit
head.
in the head, which is why they stopped it. And you worry about a concussion, which is why Coach Paul Schlosser has come out to check on him, but Shattuck is shaking it off. We're tied at 4 here in this kind of herky-jerky match so far with all the stoppages.
Matt looks pretty.
Is he still bleeding?
I think from his other nose now. I think.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, no.
Another injury timeout, and as I was saying it,
Max tough though, so.
Petaluma wants to get as many wins here, even if it looks like they're going to beat Vintage here tonight. The points will factor into the VVAL Championships in February, and even like hypothetically Vintage losses, if they kept it close and performed well enough at the VVAL Championships, they could still 100% be the league champs.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So each match calculates through in a confusing calculation that we're not going to try to explain, and then the VVAL Championships wrap it up.
Yeah.
But
it's
of course,
definitely a big team sport, but they're also wrestling for themselves, you know,
100%.
when they go to tournaments, so.
Every match key also for seeding. NCS.
So
and
Mac
also
is
for the NCS dual tournament.
Mac is staying very tough. Took a big fall on his head, but he's staying in.
He's hitting the head.
Bleeding from
he's
both
bleeding.
noses, both nostrils. Gonna try
Still only halfway
standing
through
up,
this
but
match.
trying to rip that arm off. Trying to get the
Shattuck taking
reverse.
The offense.
Mac gets. He needs to get behind to get that reverse though. And that's the reverse.
And
Mac
Shattuck
is
will
back
take
in
the lead.
control
A
on
tire
offense.
looked by Dandini.
Oh, Mac's blood thing fell out again.
Oh no, you need some glue or something to keep it in. Man,
Dang,
oh,
Mac
man.
is just making a mess.
Oh, it's on his head. It's back on his arm.
Mac is a mess right now.
Well, he could make a pretty, like a Van Gogh painting with all his blood right now.
Is that what you're going with? Van Gogh?
Van
Painting?
Gogh, you know?
That's what you're going with right now? Hear that, Jamie? You just said you could make a Van Gogh painting with all this blood. That's what Griffin just went with. That's what Griffin went with.
Shattuck is leading here with 38 seconds remaining in this second period. 3 sets if there's no pin or no lead by 15. So far pretty even between these two. Shattuck has been so aggressive. Both wrestlers have been so aggressive though, which is somewhat why there's been so much blood all over the place. A lot of getting hit in the head. See the frustration. Has to be frustrating for Shattuck especially though, that this match has to be kept on being stopped because he's bleeding.
You get 5 minutes of injury time, so.
Yeah, there's only so much.
Oh my God! Look how they're taping.
They are wrapping him around. He's looking like a mummy almost.
This is amazing.
Wow.
I've never seen this.
They're taking purple tape, wrapping it around the nostrils, and trying to stop the bleeding, because if you go over the maximum amount of injury time, you have to forfeit the match, and they don't want to do that in this very even match so far. They're getting some additional tape on. It's kind of hard to see from your camera, but first they got the purple tape, and now they're getting some white tape. You can see Coach Botts doing the maintenance. Man, oh man. Hundreds of students, community members, fans, parents have come out to watch this high-quality wrestling in an absolute jam-packed Petaluma gym, and it's been an electric atmosphere for these matches. A lot of screaming. It's been loud. I haven't been in its first wrestling match in the gym in nearly 2 years, and it has lived up to the hype here, Vintage and Petaluma. Appreciate everyone joining us. Stay tuned after matches, too. We'll have some interviews with a couple of the stars and head coach Paul Schlosser. So ready to go again, and we do hope that wrap will hold up for Shattuck's bleeding.
Mac is one son of a buck, I'll tell you that.
No doubt about that.
Because
He's
you
not
can
gonna
just see how
stop
quick
fighting.
he is and how strong he still is after all this.
Dantini's been put on the defense again.
Look at that strength. One arm just controlling him. Mac right back up.
Yes, they're working the weight room. Some play football, which is obviously plenty conditioning in itself, and others are in the weight room starting in September, 2 months before the season official practice starts. It is a grind. The conditioning and strength is one of the most vital elements of wrestling.
Got short time now. Mac is going to try to get some points.
20 seconds left, counting in the second. Shattuck leading by 2. Dantini in a dangerous position. Shattuck nearly got him turned. No
Nope.
points awarded though.
Almost a near fall, but not far enough. And and he's on. That's going to
end
be
of
2
2.
points for Mac Shattuck for that near fall.
Shattuck adds to his lead 8-4. There's definitely some blood pooling up, but that wrap is kind of a dam holding it back. And you just have to pray that the purple and white will hold up, but they're gonna say it's not, and they're gonna have to reapply some more tape. At least it held up for
This
about
is
40
great.
seconds.
This is honestly great.
That's not gonna be a fun night for Mac Shattuck. His nose right now is a waterfall. That might not be a pretty picture, folks, but that's the reality.
Mac is still a pretty guy,
Try to
though.
apply some more tape. Now this is the toughness of a wrestler to fight through something like this by Max Shattuck.
That's for sure.
Hard fought brutality. 2 minutes remaining. Shattuck leading by 4.
That's crazy.
Potentially you want a pin here to finish this off because I just don't know if Shattuck's nose is going to stop bleeding.
That's good breaking news.
And the ref is keeping time on this injury clock. If we get to 5 minutes, over 5 minutes, and we have to stop again, Shattuck would have to forfeit, even though he's been in control of this match over Dominic Dandini, one of the senior captains on this team.
So I actually just got some information, Griffin,
Yes.
that Max Shattuck, he had some trouble with bleeding from his nose yesterday
Okay.
in practice.
All right.
So in practice,
There to
he
be
got
some explanation for this.
he got his nose a little messed up, I guess, yesterday in practice, and it just got hit wrong, and it ain't stopping.
Wow.
We got Dylan Bianchi.
He's got a serious
Varsity
wrap
wrestler.
all over his nose right now,
Dylan.
trying to stop it. 1:50 left in this one, leading 8-4.
Who wrestled at 106 and took the forfeit. What do you think of Max bleeding right now?
It needs to stop.
Shattuck
Great information.
going back to the offense. You desperately want to finish this off before he starts bleeding again, but they're going to stop it because he started to bleed again. Shattuck is confused, but you could see the blood.
The blood
through
isn't
the
coming
wrap.
out, though.
1:34. The Vintage fans are saying it's more than 5 minutes.
But says the parent. Okay, we got a lot of yelling from the
Unhappy-
parents. The Vintage parents are
Careful.
yelling at us for some.
There's some unhappy Vintage parents.
Because they know their kids losing, and they want all they can get.
Yeah, but it has to be frustrating, too, for Dandini because it has to take you out of your rhythm that you're constantly stopping and starting, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why they called that last one. No blood was coming out.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the blood through
You could see
wrap.
the blood through it, but
They are recording the time, if you're wondering. The ref says 39 seconds.
most you can have is 5 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, but he has to. I don't know the exact count.
So
but
that's
it's gotta
probably
be
Mac's
close.
last chance. He needs to get. Good thing for Mac is if he just gets a pin real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's trying to do that just so there's no chance of this ref calling another bleed.
But if you're Dandini, you know, just try to stay alive here. Dandini trying to take the offense. Shattuck's the one holding on here.
Mac needs to get behind though to get the points.
And turning
No
defense
points yet.
to offense.
No points yet. No one's
Go
gotten
back
behind.
to neutral.
Mac's
Spinning
trying to
him
get
around
behind.
like a merry-go-round.
No points yet though. No takedown.
1 minute remaining in this match. We have not seen a match that hasn't ended in a pin, but maybe in this odd, bloody, herky-jerky match, we'll see what Dandini has turned, but Dandini now turns the tables.
Still no take. There goes Mac.
Shattuck's
Mac
got
finally
back
gets 2
down.
points. Mac's trying to get that pin.
Dandini is
It's real close. Real
staying
close.
alive.
He's right there.
Somehow not pinned. What an effort by Dandini.
Great effort of staying up.
30 seconds remaining. Shattuck leads 10-4, but Dandini is just trying to hold
He
out.
looks down from here. He
Dandini's
looks
got 20
down from
seconds here. You just got to hold on if you're Dandini. Shattuck tried to finish him, but Dandini's in the
Yes,
position. He
and
got
there
up.
goes After all that, Mac Shattuck
Wow.
comes out victorious with the pin. Oh,
And you can let the blood
Just-
pool out now.
and Mac Shattuck, I think he just beat his sister for the most exciting match.
Shattuck in probably the most bloodiest wrestling match you could ever see is
Hey,
able
great
to
job,
get
Mac.
a
Great job,
victory.
baby.
Shaking his head, has to be
Mac's a
frustrated, but
little
he gets the pin.
disappointed, but
That felt almost like it was more of a mental battle for Shattuck with his nose just to get that victory, Justin.
yeah, for sure. But Mac's probably happy it's over, and
Well, after that crazy one, we'll move to 145. Liam O'Neill and Cody Dykeman. We have 5 more varsity boys matches, but Petaluma haven't done the math, but they're
5?
looking like 5 more, unless I'm that bad at math. Petaluma's looking like they are going to garner a victory over the Vintage Crushers here between these two elite powerhouse wrestling squads. So O'Neill, another senior. Justin and I at the Open, if you missed it, talked about how influential these seniors are. We've seen it with Shattuck. Here with O'Neill, we'll see it more with Patterson and Pobey and Prieto. And O'Neill, a member of that senior class.
Probably time-wise, this will be a quicker match, just because hopefully
I
no
think
one bleeds.
automatically, every more match we'll see will be quicker than that last
Hopefully.
nosebleed match.
Liam is not a Shattuck, so hopefully he won't bleed.
O'Neill, excellent move. Dykeman's in trouble, and it paid. 2 points for the takedown for Liam O'Neill.
Liam's nickname is Squirrel because how squirrely he is. He can make a lot of moves out of nothing.
And you got to have that
Very
quick,
flexible, very quick.
that quick flurry and quick move. Take a man down. Dykeman yells out a growl and pain. O'Neill is leaving him thrashing like a fish out of water.
Griffin, you're a clown.
No points awarded, but Dykeman is in trouble. Vintage finished 18th out of 32 at green and gold. So many talented wrestlers, but Petaluma's gone the better of the majority of them so far.
30 seconds left.
Dykeman trying to escape, but O'Neill not letting go. O'Neill finished 7th at the Bill Martell Invitational in his weight class last weekend. Impressive 2nd at the green and gold. Outstanding performance for him there. So we near the end of the first.
3, 2, 1.
That is the end of one between O'Neill and Dykeman. O'Neill in control.
No, this match.
Still
2-0 for the
O'Neill
Trojans.
racked up some more points here. He's been in control.
He's got that takedown.
Maybe like that.
And there's another takedown, so 4-0.
That's that squirrely move that you talk about. Out of nothing, he explodes. Trying to turn Dykeman over into the pin. He's awfully close. The ref counting off. Dykeman able to get away. A lot of disappointment on a lot of the vintage wrestlers' faces. But Dykeman has turned O'Neill around. And he's gotten the reversal to tie
Near
this match
fall.
up. 2-2. 1:18 left.
Now they're facing different directions.
Oh, I'm sorry, 7-2. But Dykeman's on the board.
Wow. Just look at Liam, just at the pure strength.
Just garnering up these points. He's at 9 now. Dykeman spins away again.
You can tell he's very tired, and
2
Liam
more
isn't
for the
going to
near
let
fall.
off.
That of bounds. Well, this has been a clinic by Liam O'Neill. He just looks dominant out there.
Yeah, he's definitely making his opponent very tired. You can tell he's slow to get up.
Dykeman
letting off
gets
a lot
up
of
wounded.
grunts.
Trojans yet to lose a varsity boys match. And they've added some forfeits. They're in control so far. The varsity boys level here between Vintage and Petaluma. Live here from the Petaluma High School gym. It's been a fun one. 30 seconds left in the second round. Dykeman in trouble. He squirms away again. 2 more for a near fall. Now O'Neill might get to 15 before he gets the pin. He's just been that dominant. Does he have Dykeman here?
Yeah, I think he does. Oh,
Squirming away
oh,
again.
half a second.
Now Dykeman's squirrely himself, even though he's been in a lot of pain.
And
There it
there
is, Liam O'Neill. Absolutely dominant.
Great job by Liam, just keeping up.
That was one of the
He
more
never slowed down.
Yeah, that was one of the more dominant matches. You're right. Start to finish, he was in 100% control of that match over a good wrestler and a good fighter in Cody Dykeman. All right, this is what we've been waiting for, Justin. 152. It's the rubber match, at least for now. Connor Patterson and Tucker Landhow, two of the top wrestlers in the Bay Area, going at it right here live here on Trojan Live. They've already faced off twice. Patterson defeated Landhow in the semifinals over the weekend at the Bill Martell Invitational. Landhow won at the Green and Gold tournament a weekend earlier, also in the semifinals. Now what do they do here? They already know each other so well.
You can tell they know what their opponent wants to do, how they want to take each other down. You always have your go-to takedown move.
And these might be the two top wrestlers in NCS.
And there goes
at 152.
Connor, goes a single leg. Tries to get that single leg.
You can see the strength by Landhow, though. He's a 4-year senior varsity wrestler, as is Patterson.
Pet trying to keep him in.
Landhow trying to turn the tables. Patterson out of bounds.
Size-wise, Patterson is smaller.
Landhow a lot taller, and guess what?
Blood.
If you haven't had more blood, we have more blood.
Patterson has blood from a cut.
It's not nose, it's a cut, which is Patterson sustained a while ago on his face.
You got it at practice. It's just a mat burn.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So they're going to have to probably tape that up.
Yeah, it's been on Patterson's face for a while, but just burst it open. They're going to have to get a Band-Aid up there, and that will brief stoppage. No score. And two of the top wrestlers going at it here. 1:18 left. Patterson, we mentioned, first place over the weekend at the Bill Martell Invite. He defeated Landhow in the semis. Landhow won the third place match, and then Patterson knocked off Casey Cox of San Ramon Valley in the championship there. Easily won, 8-2. And Cox, also a state-ranked wrestler, top 20, or top 30, excuse me, state-ranked wrestler. Patterson finished third at the Green and Gold, with his one loss being to Landhow. That's his only loss so far, and Landhow's only loss is to Patterson. These are the best.
Nono tries to get that takedown, tries to swoop in, but Ped sprawls on him.
Landhow went to the Masters event, San Joaquin section last year. Was King of the Valley champion and finished second in the Montecillo Empire League. Only loss was Powerhouse Fairfield.
Good sprawl by Landhow's.
Patterson tried to go to the legs, and Landhow answered. Cagey affair between these two to start.
Very strategic so far.
Now still no score, so we near the end of this first, and they're out of bounds again. A lot of time spent up, standing up. How does the one get the other on the ground?
Right now they're both going to get tired fighting each other like this. So I think honestly whoever gets the first takedown has definitely got a huge advantage.
Landhow trying to get that, but Patterson does
He
not
needs
let
to get
him.
around though.
3 seconds left.
Short time, so might be a chance for a big move at the end.
Yeah, cagey, very cagey. In that
0-0.
first set, first round.
Vintage's choice. Let's see what he chooses. It'll be.
A big decision
He wants to do
here.
first. So Patterson wants to take bottom. He wants to try to get up and get that first point on the board. Atlanta's going to try very hard to just keep him down.
That's why you take bottom, try to get that point, especially if it's close. Caution given to Landhow. His head was not the center of the mat, but that's not a point penalty, which would be huge.
Just a caution first.
Yeah, second time it would be a point penalty. Patterson.
Stands up.
Can he get away?
Tucker.
Landhow is now just fully in the air. He's got no contact on the ground. Patterson is lifting 152 pounds on his back. Can he get 152 pounds off his back, though? He's got a Tucker Landhow on him.
That can't be very comfortable.
No, Landhow holding on for dear life, but now Patterson's got him in the pin. Position 2
Patterson.
points for the takedown. Can he finish?
He's on his
Landhow?
back. Let's see.
Landhow fighting, though. He's just
Oh, it's going to
so
be a near fall.
strong.
3-point near fall. That's big. Big.
3 points for the near fall. Patterson, I don't know how he's not off the mat. He lies on top of Landhow, and now they're going to say he's off
You
the
can tell
mat.
they're getting tired. A lot of energy right there.
Well, this place is electric. They know how talented both these wrestlers are, how good of a match this is.
That's for sure. Tucker did a great job of getting on top of Patterson. But Patterson did a great job of holding him there, but he couldn't hold much longer, and Landow's got the takedown, but then Ped just had that great reversal.
So they both got points for the takedown, but the big near fall by Patterson has them in front, 5-2. There's a good chance we're not going to see a pin.
5-4.
5-2 is the score on the scoreboard.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
Could
you
be
can see it.
incorrect, but that's what we have. Pedersen's got a hold of the thigh of Landhow, and now Landhow trying to lift over him. Both looking exhausted already. It's a long way to go.
Go,
6
Pat.
minutes. You have to give it your all in wrestling. It's not a lot of time, but you're going full energy, full effort for 6 minutes. It's a lot. You work hard for a brief flurry, kind of like horse racing.
Horse racing.
A brief flurry of all your energy. It's the greatest 6 minutes on sports here on the mat, right?
Yeah, it's not horse racing.
Oh,
it's a lot better than
I'm comparing it, Justin.
horse racing. Oh, my God.
Patterson on his head, trying to turn Landhow over, but see the strength by both of these. Patterson is also a varsity football player. It's amazing that he
Honorable
doesn't wrestle
mention
the
for
whole year.
outside linebacker. First year outside linebacker. He
Yeah,
was
was
a corner before and had a great
Contributed
job.
at running back as well.
Yeah,
Great
he's a
player on the
starting
football
running back
team.
who did a great job.
So 5-2 and 2 more minutes between these two top wrestlers. Patterson can hold on and get his second victory over Landhow. They just wrestled on Saturday, and Patterson defeated Tucker Landhow. Patterson just missed out on a state appearance last year, lost in overtime in the third place match that cost him. Goes to the legs of Landhow, but now he's in danger and curls up into a little ball. What's Patterson got to do to finish him off?
I think Ped just got to keep going. He's got him on his back a couple times, and he knows what he's doing. He's on top. He's in control. He just got to keep going. He needs to find that right move. I don't know what it is. He's going to try to get his favorite move, and he needs to be careful, though, not to get too aggressive, and because Tucker's a good wrestler, and if Ped gets too aggressive, makes one little mistake, Tucker will definitely take advantage of it.
Absolutely. You have to monitor yourself, and that's one reason why there has not been pins by either of these two. They did not pin each other in the first two matches.
Very smart wrestlers. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They understand if they mess up, the other one's going to take advantage of it.
Tell how experienced these are. Patterson just looking to hold on to Landhow, who's in the defensive position. Courage to stand up by his coaches. He will. The question is, can he get away? No, he can't.
Pat brings him back down. You can tell how tired Tucker is.
Patterson throwing him to
Patterson
the
is
ground.
too, but Tucker's very, very tired, and you can tell that.
Conditioning so vital. Time running out here in this match, and Patterson still in front.
Patterson in total control, being on top. Tucker is starting to get off his belly, but
Landhow gets
let
the
him go.
escape.
which is
Tries
Tucker
to go
goes
at
right in,
Patterson.
but then Ped
Needed something,
gets the
and Patterson
takedown.
swallows him up. And that's going to do it. What an effort by Connor Patterson.
You can tell how tired they got at the end.
Two
Great.
state-ranked wrestlers.
Tucker really got aggressive at the end. He tried to get that last second takedown, but Ped knew it was coming. That's how smart he was, and twisted and turned and he got a takedown himself.
Yeah, an attempt for a last burst. A rousing
Great match
applause.
between two great wrestlers.
What an effort by Connor Patterson.
Attaboy, Ped.
And he really looked at control. They faced twice. Landhow beat him the first time. Patterson looked like he was doing the whole way, and he was the better wrestler than Landhow in that time, wasn't he?
I believe so. Yeah, he definitely looked like he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was going to do against him, I think, when he came in, and he did a great job just going out with it.
3 more matches to go. Petaluma will defeat Vintage, but the Trojans trying to get as many points as possible, and they could have a pretty resounding victory here against a very good Crushers team. It's Colton Prieto and Dylan Smith here at 160. And Prieto might be, after Patterson, the most talented wrestler on this Petaluma varsity team. Prieto also an outstanding performance over the weekend at the Bill Martell Invitational. He finished second, and he's only lost twice this year to a state-ranked wrestler from Heritage.
Another football player. You see a little trend right here.
Yeah, that's strength that you get from football. Obviously, that translates. And Prieto was in danger there. Lucky he goes out. Talented vintage wrestler in Dylan Smith. A lot of the vintage wrestlers also football players, but they've had the disadvantage. Vintage went all the way to the semifinals of NCS, so their season just finished 3 weeks ago. So a lot of these wrestlers have gotten a lot less practice than Petaluma, who, before all the smoke and the delays, football season was finished. So they got to start practice about a month earlier than Vintage. Obviously an excellent football program at Vintage. 2-1. Prieto leading Smith here early.
Get the cradle, get the cradle, get the cradle.
Smith holding on to Prieto's knee. Prieto takes a look at head coach Paul Schlosser for his instructions.
Colton's a great learner.
Prieto working. Smith's got him holding on in the leg. Tries to throw up Prieto in the air, but Prieto with the strength, he gets the point for the escape. 30 seconds remain in this first period.
Oh, it's his favorite move right there. That's his favorite move.
What a move it was. He's got him in the pin, trying to finish him off.
Oh, he should have been down.
Nice job by Smith.
I don't know what the ref's looking at right now.
With a quick flurry and takedown by Prieto. Garners him 2 more. He leads 4-1 with 10 seconds left in the first. So close to finishing Smith. Smith is doing a nice job keeping that shoulder up, avoiding the back, staying down. Smith holds on to send it to a second round at least, but Prieto in control. Skilled, talented wrestling here early. What a performance by these varsity boys so far.
Go on the YouTube one so you can see how many viewers.
Not one to
we have.
lose. Appreciate everyone tuning in. 7 viewers currently. Now Smith trying to go to the offense here to start the second. Feel free to leave any comments in the live chat. I'll try to get to them. And
We'll
this
answer
video.
questions.
Yeah. And if you subscribe to our channel, whenever we go live, you'll get an email. We got a lot of live streams coming up. Wrestling, basketball.
Look, did you see that move by Colton? Absolutely great move by him.
Flips him
There's the
over.
reversal.
He's got him in the
Colton's
pin.
back in control.
Smith gets away. 2 more for the reversal. Prieto spins around Smith, who groans in pain. Prieto's got him in a bear hug. He's not going to be letting go anytime soon.
See how athletic Colton is.
Yeah, I mean,
It's quite amazing.
Smith raving around, and Prieto just will not let him go. Takes a look at the clock, takes a look at the coach. He's such a smart wrestler, smart football player, too. He's that powerhouse workhorse running back, and he's a workhorse, speaking of horses, on the mat as well.
Again with the horses, Griffin? Really?
You just don't like my analogies, Justin.
I think you're a funny guy sometimes.
I appreciate it.
You got 3 Emmas. 3 different Emmas.
Wow, Justin has gotten 3 different Snapchats from 3 different Emmas. That's pretty crazy.
In a row.
That's almost as crazy as a match being stopped 5 times.
Griffin's calling me out now.
You pointed it out to me, you know.
Our 7 viewers.
11-1 Prieto, 5 points away from potentially a technical pin. 15 points and you get win by 5. 10 seconds left in the second. Prieto's been close to a pin. He's close again. He's got him in the bar, and Smith just spins out of it. Excellent strength by Dylan Smith to hold
Look at
on
that flexibility.
here. A second left. That's the end of 2.
Great job by Colton. Let's
14-1.
see what Green chooses.
Prieto oh so close to finishing Smith off here.
Colton chooses to defer. And Vintage wants to go neutral.
Trojans have pinned at the varsity boys level, with the exception of Connor Patterson, who got the victory. Or Tucker Landhow in the two talented matches. Varsity girls, Petaluma pretty dominant as well. Only dropped 2 matches, including a thrilling comeback victory by Brooklyn Shattuck. Petaluma with a couple pins as well to win at the varsity girls level.
The Utah Jazz beat the Golden State Warriors 108-103.
That's an upset.
Some breaking news right there.
Yeah, you never know who's going to lose in any sport, that's for certain.
A little
Fixing the score. It's 14-1, 140 left in the third. We're going to readjust the score, meaning Smith and Prieto can take a brief breather. Colton Prieto, one of the more athletic Trojan athletes just in general in any sport. Third on the team in, no, he was second on the team in rushing, I believe, rushing yards. Football
I believe
team.
so.
He's also a varsity swimmer as well. He really does it all. But wrestling
Colton
is his main sport. Captain of the boys' swim team.
Yes.
And another of the senior leaders. Seen all these last couple matches. They've all been seniors. The senior class has done such an excellent job here. Petaluma building this wrestling program to elite levels. Smith's got Prieto's leg. Prieto in a rocket-like position, trying to get away. And they're out of bounds before Smith takes him down.
Very physical match right now.
Curtis Gogenhauer is tuned
Oh,
in.
Curtis.
It's a former varsity wrestler, one of those seniors Petaluma did lose from that varsity team last year. 2 more points for a takedown. 16-1, that's it. That is the technical pin. Prieto really rolled over Smith there. He was just racking up points. Couldn't pin him, but he was racking them up, wasn't he, Justin?
Yes, he was.
And then just such a talented wrestler.
Atta baby.
Should he continue to excel at the NCS level, and he'll be another potential state level opportunity. 2 more varsity matches to go. Petaluma really make it a statement. If they can go undefeated at the varsity boys level, that would be a huge statement to the wrestling world if Petaluma can do that. Undefeated at the varsity boys level.
Oh, yes.
They're 2 matches away from that. At 170, Tony Vitale and Antonio Maladio, and this is Vintage's second top wrestler. He has very similar results to Tucker Landhow. Maladio was 5th at the Green and Gold tournament, finished 4-1 there. 2-1 at the Redwood Rumble, and 3rd at the Bill Martell tournament over the weekend. Vitale did not place, had a rough weekend at Bill Martell, but another 4-year senior wrestler. As we start getting back up to these higher weights, it's a lot more about strength. A lot more about who can take him down first. It's 2 Tonys going at it, too, and Tony Vitale. And Antonio Macidio goes as Tony as well. So when they're saying go Tony, they're really encouraging both wrestlers. That's true sportsmanship.
That's funny, Griff.
Sorry, too many jokes tonight, you know. It's finals week, stressful time. But Petaluma's made everyone happy here in this packed gym. It's feeling out process between these two. 1 minute gone. Dipping and darting. Vitale also a 2-year cross-country runner, so he gets a lot of conditioning in the fall for cross-countrying as Maladio gets Vitale to the ground, and Vitale trying to squirm away. Does a nice job as he gets out of the defensive position, and now Maladio in trouble.
Tony, best friends
Taps
with
out of
Colton.
bounds. Yeah, and
Him
Prieto
and Colton
Vitale
are very
practice all
close
the
friends,
time.
so
I mean, talk
practice a lot.
about the chemistry on this team. Everyone seems really close. How important is that as a team sport?
oh, it's definitely a team sport. And I mean, you work so hard together every day, and you're going one-on-one in practice, and you get close to each other. You learn each other's moves, but like you're with that guy all the time. So especially with people in your weight class, but as a whole team, when you're rolling up the mats, even that's bringing your
Escape by Vitale.
you bringing each other together because you all work together, you know, to get the mats in, and you're always working together. So very close-knit team.
And we've reached the end of 1-2-1. Maladio had a good moment of brilliance
The
We got
Crushers
two-point
defer.
takedown, but Vitali got out of it and got a point
Tony
for the
picks
escape.
bottom.
So 2-1 tight match. Maladio. Very similar results to Tucker Landhow. He's not as highly acclaimed, but he potentially could be a state wrestler, and Vitali would hope to be there as well and garner some of those top results. 3-year varsity wrestler. Vitali trying to get another escape. Maladio holding on for dear life, but he's got it. Excellent strike by Vitali to get out of it. We're tied up at 2. A lot of students, Petaluma, parents, community have come out to enjoy this one. It's been a loud atmosphere, a lot of fun here in the gym. In the gym tonight, PHS band is having their winter concert tonight in the multi, so they moved to the gym. Also, the Trojans senior night against Casa Grande will also be here in the PHS gym, just to what, if you think this is a raucous atmosphere, it's going to be even more raucous when the Trojans face the Gauchos. What could decide the VVAL title? Vitali take it down by Maladio, who retakes the lead. Now Vitali trying to get away, gets the out of bounds. And Vitali battling here. We're halfway through this one, 4-2. Maladio leading. Trying to get the first varsity boys win for the Crushers, who can't be used to being beat up like this. But Petaluma has really been in control this one for the most part. Trojans will also, as we get closer to postseason, hope to make a statement NCS dual tournament, which is more of a team-focused tournament where you face off against teams over the course of a day. Petaluma had a disappointing result last year. The NCS dual tournament, they were 1-2. Beat Del Norte, but lost to Windsor, which was the NBL champion, top wrestling team in Sonoma County, but then a disappointing loss to Fortuna. Thought they could have been a little more successful. Vitali gets the escape and try to go to the offense against Balladino. 4-3 as we reach the end of 2. Excellent first 2 rounds here.
Very even.
By 2 senior experienced wrestlers. Vitali breathing hard, but both look like they have plenty left in the tank for a third set flurry. Justin talking about that team aspect, and Colton Prieto was loudly encouraging Vitali on. Trying to see if Vitali can get a impressive comeback here against Maladio. Vitali in the offense. He needs points here. Trailing by 1 with 1:30 remaining. This final round, the 170. One final match after this, the varsity boys to go. Maladio trying to get away. Vitali not letting him.
Great job by Tony of not letting him go there.
Vitali's got to find some points, though.
Getting very tired, though. There goes Tony trying to knock him down.
One minute remaining. Vitali trying to get more aggressive. Trying to get a potentially
Oh, and
takedown.
Antonio just switches up right there.
Yeah, Maladio.
Tony's on his back
turning
now.
him around. Vitali trying to square him away. Every point is vital. Vitali being spun around in that painful armbar.
Tony's on his back. This isn't looking good. There goes Tony,
Excellent
though.
job. Vitali spinning him around.
Oh,
But
close to
Maladio
get out of
stays on
that,
top.
but still not looking good. Tony needs to fight, and he's fighting. He's trying to stay off.
30 seconds left in this third set. There's the pin. That was a hard-fought match by Maladio. He holds up his arm in celebration. Vitali gave him his best bet, but Maladio, one of the better wrestlers that Vintage has. That was no fault of Vitali, but Maladio just a little bit stronger. Tactically really strong in that third set, too. To outclass Vitali, wasn't he?
Yes.
So we've got one final
We got
match
the
to
Derek
go.
Comey,
Whoa,
the man,
whoa,
the myth, the
whoa.
legend.
Derek Pony. I mentioned there's 5 captains, but I think
Derek Pomey's probably the ultimate captain. He's the ultimate leader of this varsity wrestling team. He was also the captain of the football team, vocal leader, but he also leads by example. Excellent role model around
I would say
school.
more by example than
Honest.
vocal.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
for
I think
sure.
vocal when he needs to.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
definitely a quiet
very
guy.
smart
though.
guy. The
Truly
other
been
guy's
trained
very
well.
handsy. Who is he facing?
Taking on Salvaille.
Salve is very handsy.
How
he's
does
in his
Pomey
hand-
counter that? Because Vailly is very handsy.
I think Pomey's just got to get wrist control. If he gets wrist control, which he has right now, has control of his wrist, he can't use his hands. Out of bounds. Another person with shorts. Shorts and a shirt. So no singlet at all, which would be weird for me. I think that would feel kind of weird.
All Trojans wear singlets. Oh, excellent move by Vailly to turn around Pomey.
A lot of action going, but that's 2 points for South.
Pomey gets the first two. Or I'm sorry, no, Vailly gets those. And Pomey
Oh,
already
just lets
had
him
two.
go. Derek gets up.
So 1-2, Vailly leading. It's been a kind of a rough go for Pomey. He lost. Weight class has gone a little bit shuffled. Connor Patterson moved up a weight class from last year. And Pomey lost to Vitali last week when they wrestled for who would get the spot at the Bill Martell invite at
That should be
170.
stalling.
So Pomey had to go to the Healdsburg Dual Tournament, where Petaluma, with a young team, still finished 11th, even though all their varsity wrestlers weren't there. Lucas Betancourt and Mario Zarco with both undefeated. Pomey was 4-1, but he was a senior with not very many seniors at that tournament, but he played it with class. That's what it's all about.
He wasn't expecting to wrestle. He learned he was going to go do that the day before. So, great job showing.
Yeah, no, he's a
Great.
true leader and leads by example.
Valley
It's
had-
sad.
He looked
that
like he
does
hurt
not
his
look
knee.
good. Vailly's
Can't
got
get
he's got a brace on his knee.
His right knee. It looks like maybe a little banged up or something.
He's holding it. It might have been an injury before, and that's affecting him. So Vailly's gonna stretch that out and hope that feels better for him. Pomey was 6th at the Green and Gold tournament. He did wrestle varsity at the San Marin opener back on the 8th. The Trojans will defeat Vintage High School here tonight, and they'll go to 1-0. The VVAL schedule: Casa Grande is at Napa, Sonoma Valley at American Canyon. Every match is going to be a battle. Petaluma's next VVAL match will be on the road at American Canyon. And American Canyon is not the favorite in the league, but they have some very skilled wrestlers. They did lose to Vintage last year when they faced off, but Trojans can't go to sleep against anyone. They'll play Sonoma Valley on the 9th. They'll be back home on the 22nd, which is a Tuesday match against Napa. On the road at Justin Sian on the 24th. We mentioned the Casa Grande match.
Derek in that 3-point stance. He's ready to go. He's ready to move.
Circle your counters.
Very
January
short time
30th.
though now.
Petaluma
See if he can
faces
get a
Casa
takedown
Grande.
or something. There he goes. Tries to get that last second takedown.
Aggressiveness by
Oh,
Pomey.
just missed it. 2 seconds.
Now the end of the first, right
Let's go,
before the takedown. So he does trail 2-1, but he feels in control. And Vailly with a little bit of a limp, so whatever he did to his right knee might be affecting him a little bit.
Let's go, Derek.
Trojans trying to get another victory here tonight.
Derek takes bottom.
Stay tuned after this match. We will have interviews with the stars of this elite Petaluma wrestling team, and we'll also talk to head coach Paul Schlosser. It's been a fun evening here from Petaluma High School. Petaluma and Vintage. The VVAL opener between these two. Second caution for Vailly.
2 cautions on Vintage. The next one will be a point.
His head's got to stay in the center above Pomey. It's dangerous otherwise. Don't forget, Friday night, 7 p.m. Stay right here or tune back right here. Your Friday night, the boys basketball team opens up league play against Justin Siena High School. Should be a good one. And then the boys team continues against the Novato Hornets team that they've been very competitive. They split the last 2 times they've played Novato. That's the next night, Saturday night at 7 p.m. Peter Canale.
Okay, Derek might have something right here. Derek has it. Derek's going to see if he can get the cradle. He's got that arm around the head. He just needs to get that leg.
Early in the second.
Derek's trying to shake him. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Reverse right, Derek. Oh,
Shook
yes.
Vai down like a baby.
Now he's on his back. Like a baby? Oh, wow, that's just mean. Let's go, Derek. Like Curtis said, go Pomey.
He's
I
got two
totally
for
agree,
the
Curtis.
takedown.
Let's go, Derek. Last match of the night. Let's see if we can send it out with the bang.
Vai holding on for dear life. Pomey, the team captain, trying to get a big
Let's
W.
go, Derek. Derek's
He's got
him.
him. The pin
Oh, boy,
by
Derek.
Pomey. And with an exclamation point, Petaluma finishes off a dominant effort over the Vintage Crushers. A rout here tonight between two elite wrestling squads. Petaluma makes a statement.
Wins 60-18 for
60
varsity boys.
to 18 on for the varsity
Oh, boy, Ted.
boys. What a dominant performance by the Trojan wrestling squad here tonight.
What's up, girl?
The Trojans shake hands with Vintage, but they go to 1-0. Vintage falls to 0-1. It's not
Coach,
over. Vintage can still win VVAL
Yeah?
at the Vine
Not my
Valley
problem, I have
Athletic
a
League
broken
Championships. But the dominance Petaluma showed today,
Morning.
with dominance in the boys varsity 60-18, and also dominance in the girls varsity. They only
Love
lost
ya.
2 matches there and won, even though they
say
forfeited
anything
more
good.
matches than Vintage. Showed their dominance, and
Chris
Petaluma
Olvera.
also pretty
We're coming, Casa.
was in cruise control. JV
He said
as
we're coming
well,
Casa.
as the Trojans got pins in all of their JV matches to win every single one of them, with the exception of one that Vintage won. So Petaluma gets the victory tonight. We're going to have interviews coming up next with the stars of the match. The highlights here tonight, Brooklyn Shattuck had to have the best victory of the night. It was an absolute thriller and a really good one against Natalie Scott. And if you did miss any of the matches tonight, they're all on our YouTube channel. You can go back and check every single match from JV all the way to the last varsity boys match out. You can scroll back right now to watch them, but it'll be up for eternity on our YouTube channel.
Hey,
So
hey,
make
Curtis,
sure to
how do you
check that
feel?
out.
How do you feel about this, Curtis?
Put it down.
Let's see if Curtis
And,
responds.
Justin, what a statement here tonight by this Petaluma wrestling team, wasn't it?
Uh-oh. Had a little trouble rolling up the mat.
Was quite a statement here. Oh, come on. It was quite a statement here
Yes.
tonight by Petaluma, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was a statement. Great start. Told you they wouldn't come out rusty. Very proud of each one of them.
Yeah, no, they look dominant against a really good
These
team.
new?
So
These are
we are going to be back in just a
Everyone's
minute
got
with
one of these?
interviews. Stay right here. Interviews in just a second.
I don't.
Testing. I'm really loud. Testing. That's good. All right. We are going to grab an interview in just a moment, so stick right here. Could you just clear all this stuff off, Justin?
Take this out in your office. He said to clear this off. Take it. God bless America. And that I love.
Connected to the stream. I think you should really sing.
Stand beside her and guide her through the light with the light from above.
All right. Brooklyn Shattuck is coming on over to join me. Could you press record on the camera, Jamie? Thank you.
Is it not going? Is it live stream still?
We're live.
Oh my god. Wait, I look like a mess.
You look fantastic. You're good. All right. It is recording? Okay. Brooklyn Shattuck is joining me here. What a match you had coming back to get the victory. Just describe the emotions of that match.
Well, it was definitely like not my best performance. Like I made some mistakes throughout the match and that really hurt me, but I was able to change that and get the win at the end. So it was, yeah.
What did that show that maybe you didn't have your best stuff today? And obviously you're such a talented wrestler. You went to state last year as a freshman. You're a state champion as an 8th grader. But how it is important that even when you don't have your best stuff, that you find something like you did in that 3rd set to be able to pull out victories against good wrestlers.
Well, I definitely used like what I had. Like throwing is definitely like my strongest thing that I can do, and so I kind of just like used my strengths to like overthrow my mistakes during the match. So.
What was it like? You were I assume you knew the vintage girl that you were facing. There was a lot of emotion between you two. What is it like to wrestle against someone you know? How do you use that to your advantage? But what is also the sportsmanship and afterwards like?
Yeah. Well, we're really good friends. Like I knew her before, and we're even if you're friends, once you face off, you shake hands. Like you're not friends anymore. So that's yeah.
This team looked like they really made a statement today. The varsity girls only lost 2 matches. Varsity boys only lost 1 match against the vintage team. That's definitely a powerhouse as well. How good did you guys prove that you are in the first VVAL league match?
I think we did a good job. We just gotta keep working hard and show that, you know, we got this. I don't know.
What's the key to you guys looking so dominant like this?
Well, we work hard, really hard in practice, and that definitely shows on the mat. Like our conditioning that goes into every practice, like that's what takes us to the 3rd round, and that's what makes us win in the 3rd round because we're the best conditioned.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn. Congratulations on the victory. All right. Oh, we got Matt coming in next. All right. One Shattuck to another Shattuck. It's still recording? Cool. All right, Mac Shattuck joining me here. No, it's fine. Mac, you had one of the craziest matches I've seen. You kept on being stopped. You had the bloody nose. How mentally was that hard that you kept keeping on stopping and starting?
Yeah, it was tough. It shows how much our conditioning pays off because, I mean, I honestly couldn't breathe out my nose. They duct taped my nose, and so I was just conditioned, and so I just out wrestled that guy, and yeah, finished to the end.
How important is it mentally to stay strong? That you were trailing early, you had to keep on getting it stopped. You were getting close to that 5-minute mark too, where it would be over the injury time. So how did you deal with that mentally in your match?
You know, just the training. I've been wrestling since my 7th grade. I'm just mentally prepared every time going into my matches. So.
You guys look really dominant tonight, really experienced against a really talented vintage team. How important, especially, is the senior experience that we saw on the varsity boys side tonight?
Yeah, we have a tough senior class, and just all of us working together in practice just makes each other better throughout the weeks. And yeah, it definitely pays off our work we put in. And vintage wasn't ready for what we had to come. So, yeah.
You have a question, Justin? All right.
So, Mac, what was up with that nose of yours? Like, why? Why was it bleeding so much?
Dude, I'm going to have to go see a doctor.
You think it's messed up?
You know any good doctors?
I don't know. Hey, leave in the comment section, please, if there's any good doctors for bloody noses.
Yeah.
I heard something about practice. Did anything happen in practice with your nose? Is that true?
Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was bleeding also. But that was because I went headfirst into Liam's knee.
Ooh.
So, but we're good.
So I'm hearing it's Liam O'Neal's fault. Breaking news. Liam O'Neal.
One more question for you, Mac. So you guys showed a lot of intensity tonight. First VVAL league match, you're 1-0, but every Vine Valley, this is different than SCL, every Vine Valley team has a lot of talented wrestlers. How do you guys make sure that you show the intensity at every league match to come out as league champs?
You know, we just have to come into every single match thinking it's our hardest team. Last year, it was we had a kind of easier league, but now this year we know we really have to bring it. All our training through our years of wrestling really needs to pay off now because these teams are full stacked rosters just like us, and we really got to bring it. So,
thank you so much, Matt. Congratulations on the victory. Hope your nose feels better soon. All right, we're going to talk with Paul Schlosser, the head coach of the Trojans, in just a minute. You want to take a seat, Justin?
Now you want me, but before. Derek! Derek! Derek won't get interviewed anyways. Derek doesn't like interviews. Hey, Capenna, come here. So, Jamie, as you saw earlier in the comment section, she said she would come and she showed up. Jamie helped with, what was it? Tech. Yeah. Derek, you don't want to go? Derek, just come here real quick. I was going to shake your hand. Can I just? No, I can't see it. Derek Pomey is right behind the camera, but he doesn't like cameras. I have one picture with him that he is smiling, and I'm very happy about that. He's a happy person. He just. The other one that's. You got Jack Benedetti right here.
Yep.
How's the team so far? How is it?
Breaking news.
What was that?
I'm here with breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
This tournament was the best, and next Wednesday is the tournament, I think.
Yeah, next Wednesday? Heard it here first. Next Wednesday. So, how is it? Did you wrestle in junior high?
No.
Okay, how is it being a first-time wrestler? Like, how is it with the team? How do you feel like it helps?
I didn't get to wrestle today because there's nobody my weight, so I didn't get to wrestle today.
No, but in practice, like, do you feel like you guys are a close-knit team?
Yeah, I think that like we all work together and we help each other out and we practice really hard and then we come out and we win.
You win?
Yeah.
So you're pretty confident about the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think we'll do good.
Yeah, Coach, we're still alive. You want to get in front of the camera? You just want to stay behind? Got Coach Eddie right here. He's right behind the camera. He's right there. I swear. But he just doesn't want to get in front. Well, now he's making a little facial expression. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, and Griffin's back, so now I'm going to get cut out.
All right, we got Coach Lucier coming on in.
Does that mean you're kicking me out, Griff?
Yes, it does.
No, we haven't lost any viewers since I came on, so
Okay, well, Coach Lucier would like an interview. Here.
I like the laughing emojis.
Is this still recording? Yeah, that'd be nice. Justin, you can stay in, but we got
No,
I
I
don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm a little lost.
Yeah, you're lost. Yeah. I don't know why. There's so many chairs here now. All right, we're recording? All right, we are here with the head coach of the Petaluma wrestling team here, Paul Schlosser. You guys laid a statement tonight against Vintage, didn't you? You were pretty dominant.
Yeah, we came out. The kids are totally ready. They were stoked since day one. A lot of the football players were excited to come out here against Vintage. We've been seeing them throughout the weeks, and I was really nervous because I knew they had numbers, but I didn't know their kids. They only show up like 6-7 kids at a varsity tournament, and they have some tough kids out there. Our seniors were ready to go. Patterson had a big match. Tony Vitelli, I know he got a loss, but that kid's tough, and those two kids are really tough. And Patterson, he's making a big statement, and beating a kid that took second at NCS last year, state qualifier. This kid placed at San Joaquin section last year and is ranked in state. So that was an awesome match. And our kids made weight, and we got some forfeits up early, but we wrestled strong throughout.
You guys are a more experienced team than Vintage. How important do you think that played in? Because you guys just look smarter and in control in a lot of those matches, especially with those senior boys, as you said.
Yeah, our senior boys, when you have control like that, as a coach, we have less of a heart attack. We're less fidgety because we know what's going to happen, which is great. I saw some big changes. Jack Santos this year is 195. He come out with a big win right away, which is awesome. He's wrestling up a weight. But yeah, big kids like that, they're younger and they're stepping into his varsity role. That helps out too. But even with our JV level, we look great too. So I'm excited. Next is American Canyon at American Canyon, January 2nd. We're excited. We just next match on, right?
You guys have amazing numbers this year. We saw that in even the JV matches where you guys were pretty dominant. You also have a full girls team this year. How important is that to building a culture, and how have you been able to generate wrestling being a premier sport here at Petaluma High and really a powerhouse in Sonoma County?
Well, when I first got here, numbers were small, and the first person I talked to is the football coach, and he had a kid come out for wrestling named Eric Coates, and I mean, I think the football coaches see it, I see it, and other sports see it, even the girls in the softball. When kids cross over and they do multiple sports, it pays off, and it keeps kids involved year-round, which is great. And what I've done is I count on word of mouth and great leadership in our team because they're out recruiting all the time, which is awesome.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
All right. See you later.
All right, that was head coach Paul Schlosser. Thank you again to Max Shattuck and Brooklyn Shattuck, the Shattuck siblings, for their interviews. They got big victories today and worked through blood to get W's. Did Justin? Yeah, you can stop recording. Did Justin leave? I guess Justin left. Oh no. If he wants to rejoin me, but nice win, Connor. If Justin comes back, he comes back. But thank you to Capenna Spring on camera. Great job tonight. Hey, Brooklyn.
I'm the new Justin Plumtree.
You're taking over for
Wait,
Justin. You got to get his hat. Yeah. Capenna Spring on camera. Great job tonight. Jamie Cantieri was doing tech, and Justin Plumtree, my co-anchor.
I'm here.
You're Justin now. How does it feel to be Justin? It's just okay. Yeah. Well, great job tonight being my co-anchor, and a statement laid today by the Petaluma Wrestling. They blow out the Vintage Crushers, 2 elite teams, 2 powerhouses going at it. And Petaluma proved they're the strongest of powerhouses. Connor Patterson got a huge victory over a state-ranked wrestler. He looks like he could be going to state this year. Very good chance. But Petaluma up and down was dominant. They only lose 1 varsity boys match and only 2 varsity girls matches. Brooklyn Shattuck had the match of the evening. A comeback. Oh, sorry, Justin Plumtree. Brooklyn Shattuck somewhere else had the match of the evening with a come-from-behind victory, and Max Shattuck also thought through a crazy bloody match to victory. Again, if you missed anything, it's all on our YouTube channel, so you don't want to miss that, and we'll be live when the Trojans take on Casa Grande next month, January 30th. It's the Egg Bowl in Wrestling, and it's probably going to decide the VVAL title. For everyone here at Trojan Live, I'm Griffin Epstein. Petaluma knocks off Vintage in wrestling. Good night. Oh no.